You don't really wanna play. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one to always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. Money, make you shut them mouth. Don't never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay up out of my way. Money, make you shut them mouth. Keep playing with these goonies, boy, I'm gonna have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' fall. Cause a lot of niggas be fake, and you really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised. This is homicide. We just multiply, we been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money's what I'm talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. Use all my cash, niggas on my face. You can get erased, what you talking about? Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one to always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, Gordon Ramsay. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. You talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm ballin', I'm winning. I'm feeling like Robert's a horror. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These raps is boring. You hate me and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead and let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jump in, take trips, Pompeii, all day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, man. And you can never, ever get rid of that. So watch what you say, and watch how you do. If you play the game, then you play by the rules. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one to always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about.
We're gonna do a remix with CP3 beatboxing, and
That's gonna be a dope track, though.
he gonna do a
Skills back up.
he gonna get a thug beatbox like. What's going on? It's At the Bar Radio. It's your man 151. I got Lady Antoinette in the building. I got CP3 in the building. We got a lot to discuss going on. Of course, CP3 is gonna give you the sports recap, and then, we got to talk about does he or doesn't he, have the the coronavirus. Oh, and this is actually the 1 year anniversary. Rest in peace to Diane Carroll. She passed away last year around this
Mhm.
time. I always remember her. I always loved her on A Different World. Different World was like one
Yeah.
of my favorite shows. She was Whitley's mom,
Mhm.
and I did one of the lines. I think Patty LaBelle was like, "Who this child thinks she is, Diane Carroll?" But
Mhm.
she always, as a black woman, carried herself with such grace and
Yes.
elegance.
Yes, indeed.
So we need to get we need. Don't get me wrong, as a man, I like twerking.
It never fails. Always somebody
Always
doing
somebody. Shout out to Renegade who just calls me at the most inappropriate time. Um, don't get me wrong, as a man, I really do like to see women twerk, but I do miss seeing women carry themselves with that poise, and it's something about that. Like, it didn't make her sexy; it made her beautiful.
I
Indeed.
mean, definitely that was a different generation of television. I mean, if you want to get deeper into it, just think about the shows that's not on now. The Cosby Show, they took that off because of, the sexual stuff with Bill Cosby. Different world. Like you can barely find these shows
Yeah.
that show the positive aspect of, the African American, so black experience.
Yeah.
And we have shows like, Power and
Mhm.
Empire and stuff like that that doesn't, show the positive aspects of being successful,
Mhm.
that if you're successful, you gotta, have family strife and, got
Mhm.
drugs involved and people getting shot, killed, beat up for.
Or a black woman having an affair with a white president.
Yeah, see, I never
I
watched
was never a
Scandal.
fan. The thing is,
Me either.
I was never a fan of Scandal, and I know it had its movement,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but I
It
thought
did.
to me, it was a very downgrade of black women.
Yeah.
I never knew what was about it. Just was.
Well, I wasn't a fan of the show either, and I know a lot of people who watch Scandal, but to show a black woman being so devious was troubling to me. We can be cutthroat, but that
But so
portrayed
again, white women.
right,
But they
and
but they
that's
portrayed.
portrayed to the whole country.
Well, they always
Like
portray women in that light in order to make it because
look,
for some reason.
particularly a black woman. That's not right.
Well, I mean, all women they've portrayed in a certain light because of the perception of this country and the way that they look at the white man is basically above any and everybody. So they've always downgraded women. When black women are involved, it to me it's all the same. White man is above everything else.
Mhm.
That's the one thing I disagree with you with. Like, because black women are treated, the portrayal of black women
It's worse.
is worse because when I don't see a white Aunt Jemima, like on some
True,
real,
true.
like I don't see images, like very degrading
Mhm.
to black to white women are they to black women.
Yes.
When you now they made by when you think about Dan like Dan Curl, she was like the only black woman that was on Dynasty at the time,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
and
The only.
but for women, especially white women, Dynasty was very empowering.
Hmm. Definitely. Yeah, my
You
mom.
know,
Yeah, I used to watch it with my mom back
and when we think about especially stuff of that era, you know, um, we would only get one.
Yep.
You know, um, whether it was Dynasty, Dallas, or any of these
Yeah.
type of shows, or even with soap operas. Like you gonna tell me you got a whole fucking town full of white people, and you got like two. You got wasn't it Jesse and the other lady name? Uh, there's only like two random black people in the whole town.
Yep. Yep.
It's never
And it was like a couple. It
yeah.
was one black family. It wasn't one black person over here, one black person over there. It was a black family.
there.
But I get what you're saying about white men, but I think white women get just as much privilege as white men.
Well, they definitely get some privilege. They also get typecasted too as either the
Mm.
abuse victim that can't get away, or the housewife that can only do certain things, or she's the working mom that doesn't pay enough attention to her kids. They get typecasted
But they
too. I
also
mean,
get but they also get touched by an angel. They also
oh,
get the
oh,
they get the ghost whisperer. They get a lot
oh,
of
they do. Oh, I'm not
they get
saying
a
they
lot of
don't.
they get a lot of strong leading roles that
Yeah,
we
well, I'm
don't.
not saying it's equal to what the black women go. I'm just saying through the whole shade of everything that goes down in this country, if you're not a white male, you're looked at as a second class citizen.
Well, I feel like this. If you're not a white person,
Right, because the white male protects the white woman
Right.
all the time.
mm,
That's how
They
we had
also
the
kill the
Emmett.
white women
Right, but
also.
that's
mm,
how we had the Emmett Tills. That's how we had, uh, all these stories where a white woman would lie to the white man and then have her way with society,
And
all
then in
because
some of
she
the aspects,
lied.
they were scared to say that they were with a black man because they was afraid the same thing would
Right,
happen to
but what
them.
I'm saying is if the white woman went to the white male and saying he did something to me, the white male would run to protect her.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
I
that's the
won't really
racist nature.
necessarily say that if you're a white male, everybody is a second class citizen to you, because that wasn't the case. They did feel their women at one point. They felt like their women were beneath them, but not the same way they looked at any black person. And we can't say that for all white men. We can't say that for all white women. However, that is what our country is pretty much based on. They took care of their women
One
at
of
all costs.
one of the great things I love about the show is that we all have different opinions,
Yeah, no
and we
doubt.
can all talk and respectfully talk about the difference of what we believe and stuff like
Yeah.
that without having to shit on anybody else's opinion.
Nah,
You
never
know,
that, never that.
so you know, I strive for people to have more conversations like this.
Hmm.
You know, but so once again, it's been another great week, and I I thought Danielle Carroll was a very dope actress,
She
and like I
was.
said, I really do miss that. Um, you know, um, no disrespect to Taraji P Henson, but a lot of women want to be Cookie, but they need to be Diane Carroll,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
That's another whole show in itself right
But we're
always.
talking. We hold
there. That's
on. We're not
another
gonna talk about the
one.
whole show. He said Cookie. We're only gonna
No,
talk
I'm
about
just
Cookie,
I'm just
which
saying.
was a beloved character. However, I will say that every woman is different. You
Yes.
know, every woman can be a trailblazer, but they're gonna go about it different ways. Every trailblazer who is a woman usually is outside of the box. You best believe Diana Carroll, she outside, off the cameras, she wasn't a cookie or anything like that, but she was a trailblazer in her own
Yeah.
aspect. So I'm sure that there were some things that she did to get to where she was that was outside of the box.
Definitely. Definitely.
And Cookie completely and totally, that character is completely out of the box, but still,
And don't get me wrong, I think Taraji P Henson brought to life that character,
yeah.
and but I just think also it's a very stereotypical character too.
Exactly, and that's
Um,
the catch 22 to it when you
but it also reflects real life because
exactly. But then
I
when you
got
put it,
family members, male or female, that's just been in and out of prison.
yeah,
Hmm.
You
but if
know,
you put it in the light the way they were portraying it, you have people that want to emulate that personality or that style, and that isn't going to fly in the real world on television. Yeah, it's going to work, but then when you have a society, especially a black community, that will identify with someone that looks like them on television and see the stuff that she did. Not that I watched the show, just from seeing the commercial and some of the outlandish stuff that went on in that series. You have young impressionable folks that watch that because of the music aspect or whatever aspect, and they're going to get the wrong impression. Like, well, it worked on TV, so I should be able to do it too. And they go into a job interview with that attitude, trying to be smart because it worked on television,
Hmm.
and they get nowhere when they wonder, well, why won't it work? Or is the white man holding me down? No, you went into the interview like an asshole.
Well,
well,
see, that's the thing, and you said you didn't watch the show. For those who watched the show, they knew that Cookie had layers. I definitely watched, especially the beginning of that series. I did watch it, and I loved Cookie, but she had different layers, and it showed that her aggressiveness didn't always work out for her.
yeah,
It was very realistic in reference to that. That aggressiveness only worked in certain, you know, places.
yeah.
Um, and she was definitely discriminated against because of her color, because of her attitude. They looked at her as a little ghetto girl,
It
which
it
she was.
it shows you the balance because
Hmm.
it shows you that you can have money and success, and if you don't change certain aspects of it, you can lose everything.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why they had to keep fighting for what they did.
Right.
Um,
And and there were times where she literally identified with that. She
yeah,
knew that she had to change certain things in the way that she went about things. I mean, of course, it's made for TV, so everything isn't realistic.
yeah, it's not.
But I will say there were layers, so they did try to bring you back around, but it was shown in an extreme way.
True.
There are
Um,
lessons in there.
definitely. Well, CP3, we were supposed to get into the sports talk, but we wanted to,
We talking about
we went
cooking.
from Diane Carroll to
The
Cookie, the black women,
You know, we end up going all over the place on this show. That's just what we do because we talk
but
about a lot of good topics.
But the thing about it is, though, and honestly, I love my co-hosts because we have some of the great. This is how we really talk when the cameras ain't on. Like,
much.
like this is how we be in here just talking and like after the show, it's another show that we could probably tape on just
The after
the
show.
random, just the random conversations that we have. But I love these conversations because they,
He said
you know.
no.
No, I'm just saying
It's
some
not
of them we can't have.
So yeah.
It's not favorable to this one over
Yeah,
here.
some-
CP3 got bodies, y'all.
Some of them we can't have on air, but it's good that we keep it after. We might do a after the dark version of At the Bar Radio.
Oh my God.
Oh, that might be lit, man. We might gotta do something like that.
Yeah. Only if you take shots. Of white liquor.
Oh hell yeah! See, there you go.
I got a bottle of tequila from Mexico.
Oh hell no.
What's up?
I gotta be to work.
Nigga ain't gotta be to work till 11 o'clock. I don't know why he
I
faking.
gotta get my sales license first before. I ain't trying to get no new charges. Nigga. I just about to
So-
do my background check this
Okay.
week, my nigga.
Matter of fact, let me cut you off for 1 second. So before we even go through the whole, you doing your sports, I like to salute you. You just started a new gig. We proud of you. You grinding. If y'all need a car, cause some of y'all niggas got hoopties that's older than my nephew,
Yep.
and he down there 30. Like
Right.
if you got the hoopty with the bumpers coming off,
Mhm.
I'll let
you know
know.
they can hear your call from like 2 states away.
Mhm.
Holla at CP3. Like he will hook you up. Yo, he's selling actually reliable cars. He's doing
Yes.
Hondas.
I'm at the
Like
Hondas.
like a Honda will actually drive from here until your kids graduate college.
Indeed. I should know.
Yeah, come
See?
holler at me down there in Honda Waldorf. We don't just do Hondas.
Waldorfia.
Yeah, we can get you all types, not just Hondas. We can get Chevys, Dodges.
Go ahead, get your
Yeah.
passport
Yeah, get your passport.
Go on
You-
out
you know.
there. and go to Waldorf.
Yeah,
it ain't
Come
that
on.
far. It ain't that far.
Yeah, you just take a what airline do you take to get the Waldorf?
I take Spirit.
I'm sure.
It ain't that far, but come on down, holler at me. We're gonna take care of you. Number one in customer service and satisfaction. Come holler at your boy CP3. I'm trying to sell you a new vehicle, baby.
I've actually bought 2 vehicles from that dealership. So.
But
It's a great dealership.
Okay,
Buy
cool.
another one.
but CP3, me and Lady Antoinette, we are very proud of you. You know, because one, you've never came on this show and bitched about whatever you going through.
Nah, can't do that.
You know, you focus on the show, you do what you gotta do as a real man should, and you know, and whatever rut that you was in, you damn sure pulled yourself out of.
Yep.
So honestly, we are very proud of you.
Hey,
And you know, and you knuckled down this week, and you know, you were doing your thing.
Went back to school with
He was he was Hulk Hogan. He was saying his prayers and eating his vitamins.
it.
He was hurt, but he did it.
Oh yeah, I did more studying this week than I think I did my whole high school career for real.
my.
But yeah, it was good. I appreciate the words, man. Yeah, it's just been a grind. You know, life is what it is.
But life is a grind, though.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
been going through several hurdles that most folks don't know about because when the lights come on in Showtime and we're going to bring the same energy and same
Well, we-
love we do every week.
What we do, and you know, there's a brotherhood and a sisterhood here.
Yeah.
Like even before I met Lady Antoinette, you was telling me all the stuff that she helped you out with
Yeah.
counsel and talking and stuff like that. And you know, I can relate because I remember when I was going through stuff after my aunt had passed. You was one of the people that helped me out, and you know, we took just a random trip to Virginia Beach and cleared my head, and you know, and it probably did more for me than what you would ever probably know. But you know, just on some real talk. Let's get to these sports because my team sucks, Hell Giants, and your team sucks.
They
Hell,
actually playing decent right now, the Giants. They got a tight game with the Rams. I checked the score. They were making it a game going up against the Rams a little bit earlier. Daniel Jones is having a decent game.
nigga, we ain't got no victories yet, so you don't talk like
I mean,
we.
the whole NFC East only has 2 wins in 4 weeks. So
That's
The whole
the
say that
whole-
again.
The whole NFC East has a total of 2 wins between 4 teams in 4 games.
And we
That's
have
16.
won.
We are the worst division in football.
We have been for a while.
Sad
Yes.
to say that, yeah, we are now. We're what the AFC North used to be with the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland put it on the Cowboys today, so I know a lot
What
of
was the
folks
score?
are
What
happy.
was the score?
Final score was 49-38.
That is
So
interesting.
if you have any Cowboy fans, check on them
Because they've been talking trash.
cause they was talking trash and they might be on a bridge right about now. They could go look at a bridge or go look at a roof. Go check on your Cowboy fans. Go check on your Cowboys cousins. Like go check on them because I know they not doing good right now.
I mean, it sounds like both teams had a issue with their defense.
Yeah, it's been rough and looked like the Giants did lose to the Rams 17.
I think I told you that. Like
Yeah.
you gotta have low expectations. Like
They was in it though. They made it
Why
close.
Nigga.
the whole fake show lowered expectations?
Yes.
The
No,
Eagles, they
that's
played the 49ers at 8 o'clock, so the division had the chance to go 0-4 for 2 weeks in a row.
yo Eagles, yo Gilly the kid. You better go holler at your team. You better go tell these niggas to win because we about to be we ain't gonna bother. We are the worst division in football.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right now, it's an AAU team looking at us like, yo, I could take anybody in that division.
Division 3 team looking at the NFC East. Yeah, you're right. We got 2 late games. You got the Bills leading the Raiders 23-16 with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Raiders had a ball currently on Buffalo's 36. And Indianapolis Colts are leading the Chicago Bears 16-3. Chicago has the ball on their 28, trying to get something going, try to make that a closer game. And we had the Washington football team played against Baltimore in a battle with a beltway, where the Washington football team came up a little short, losing 31-17. Lamar Jackson had a quality game, so quality they ended up pulling him in the fourth quarter. And there was a RG3 sighting in FedEx Field that I know.
So I got a question
Alright.
because I was just talking to my man and he was I was at work and he came in my office and he on some other shit. So I was like, no. So he gave me some other shit. So I gave him some other shit. And then we started talking football. And then he was like, man, because he's a Washington football team fan. And he was like, man, they need to get rid of the coach. They need to get rid of the. And I'm like, yo, dog, like, why do we do this? And I was like, as a Washington football, like, get a dude a chance. Nigga, it's been only fucking 3 games. Or 4 games. But I'm just like, why? Man, he going through too much. Man, we need to get rid of the quarterback. And do what?
Welcome to my world. That's
Like
what I
it was
do.
just so, and I was just like, yo, do you realize, as a Giants fan, I'm not gonna lie. When Eli Manning first started, I wanted to throw a center block at his head because he couldn't fucking move.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
at the end,
fans do.
but the long run, because I'm not a coach. The long run is he got us not 1 but 2 Super Bowl rings, and he had 2 Super Bowl rings before his brother, who was a better quarterback.
Much better.
True. So I can't, and he got 2 Super Bowl rings being a wild card.
Yeah.
We weren't even the best in the division. We was just, you there, niggas.
Yeah. But honestly, that's an NFC East thing. If we win the Super Bowl, it's because we can't get through a wild card.
That's true.
I mean, that's sweet,
But
though.
but
Yeah, it's sweet, but it's
why can't, as a Redskin fan, why can't y'all give these guys chances? Because like it's always gonna be rough. It's gonna start off rough.
I wouldn't say it's not all the fans. I feel like every team, especially this season, has fans that are doing that.
Okay.
I
think
talked to a lot of
that's
people
fair. That's fair.
from different teams, and I feel like it's unfair to any team right now. I mean, this is literally what we're experiencing is what we would see during preseason. We didn't have a preseason.
That's
So
true.
right now they're trying to figure out how to work together. These teams are really not.
Fans are going to be fans.
Yeah.
And once Madden, I was a Madden head. I used to punish Bama as a Madden until 08 when they changed everything up.
And then you got punished.
Nah, well, when you can't do the controller configurations the way you want no more. They kind of handicap you when you're used to playing a certain way for over 20 years.
Nigga, did you get punished or what?
Over 20 years.
Yes, I'm a creature of habit. If I'm set in a certain way, I like things a certain way.
Okay,
And I'm
no.
comfortable doing that. But then when you take those options away, but the game is supposed to be better, I never understood that. and it pissed me off because it took me out of one of my favorite games. Because Madden does teach you X's and O's. It does teach you coaching. I do give Madden credit for that, but it gives these fans a false sense of what football is, and that's when you get those thoughts of after 3 or 4 weeks, oh, they're not 4-0 and not looking like Super Bowl team. Oh, we need to get rid of the coach, get rid of the quarterback, get rid of this, get rid of that. But that doesn't solve anything. It just causes more turmoil. I've said over and over again, you have to have patience with this team, along with the COVID situation. You got new offense, new coach, second year quarterback that had limited experience in college and still has stuff to learn. So, I mean, folks can listen, folks can get mad. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. All I can do is report what it is. You make your own opinion, have your own feelings. Worry about what them other folks say on, DC Sports Media, because that ain't what we do on Sports on the Hill. But getting back to this game, because there was a lot of bad, a lot of ugly, and a little bit of good. Final score 31-17, Baltimore. Uh, Haskins didn't have as bad as a game as he had last week. We discussed last week. He had, I feel, his worst game of his pro career, honestly. This week he bounced back. He had good numbers. They were a little pass heavy because they were behind. He was 37 for 45, 314 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, with a 90 quarterback rating. Lamar Jackson was 14 for 21, 193 yards, two touchdowns, and an interception with a 107 quarterback rating. One of my keys to victory was to keep him in the pocket from hurting him on the ground, and he got a 50-yard touchdown run. He only ended up with like 55 yards total because they did get a sack on him to reduce those yards. But Baltimore is just a better team, simple as that. Haskins looked better, but I didn't see the progression that I want towards later in the game. He did start leading his receivers a little bit. He had a good rapport with Terry McLaurin, who had a 10 catch, 118-yard performance, no touchdowns, but he started to get a little bit more comfortable. But I need to see that in the first half, not the fourth quarter when the game is out of reach. I just don't think he has the confidence. I just don't think he has confidence in his arm, in the accuracy, in his receivers, and in him fitting the ball in the tight windows. He felt a little bit comfortable doing it at the end of the game, but it's like he's tentative in that aspect. And I think, he's only going to get better at that with more experience. So I'm not saying bench him, but I wouldn't have been surprised about it. So Kyle Allen in this game, because for the most part, the team has been playing well. Antonio Gibson had another solid day. He had 82 yards receiving. He had over 45 yards rushing. Um, McLaurin, as I mentioned, had 118 yards. But as I mentioned, another key of victory before the game. We need a secondary receiver to step up. Nobody really stepped up, getting separation, moving the chains. Logan Thomas made a couple of good catches on third down. But other than that, you really didn't see anybody stepping up and excelling. And I'm not going to say the offense is stagnated because, like Jenna just said, this is still basically preseason. But, we've seen a steady progression of points go down from week one when they scored 27. And we've seen it, diminish each week by week. And if you watch the pregame, I've been touting that they have been scoring points because that was one of the issues with this team under Jay Gruden for 6 years, but they were actually putting points on the board. Now we're kind of seeing a regression. Granted, there's been some injuries on the offensive line, which caused some issues, but we have to see better from our offense. The defense played well. They're a little nicked up. Chase Young didn't play. Matt Ioannidis, he's out on IR. I'm not sure if he's going to be back this season. If that was a temporary IR, excuse me, or the full-time IR. I'll get more information on that. But it was just Baltimore is a better team, and they played better, and they beat the Washington football team. If you look at the numbers, I went over it on the post game. Look at the numbers on paper, you would think it was a close game that the Washington football team should have won, but there are always intangibles that happen, and Baltimore is just a better team. Week 5 matchup. I'm not even sure right now, but I'm sure we'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
Damn.
Right. That's how you feel.
That's how I feel right about now. It was a. I'm not saying it was a tough game to watch because I feel like it was a winnable game, but they're just not at that point where they can win that game. And we're seeing some progress. Like I mentioned, they one time possession. They only had 2 penalties for 20 yards, which has always been an issue for this team. They only had 2 penalties. They gave up 3 sacks. They only got one on defense, which I was hoping for more pressure from the defense. But when you got a mobile quarterback, Lamar Jackson doing a good job of buying time with his feet. I mentioned when he broke the pocket for the 50-yard touchdown. That definitely get your defense on their heels and more tentative when you have a quarterback make a play like that. That's why I said in the pregame, it's key that they keep him in the pocket and don't let him get going. We saw what happened on Monday night against Kansas City. He started getting going a little bit, but Kansas City shut him down, put a spy on him, and didn't allow him to break the pocket. Unfortunately, with the holes in the Washington football team's defense, they aren't able to put a spy on him like they would have liked to. So it is what it is. Baltimore is a better team. I have no problem saying that. They've always been a respectable franchise, and hopefully they can build from it. But don't be surprised if Dwayne Haskins' leash is getting a little bit shorter. I'm not saying I agree with it, but why not put Kyle Allen out there, who's had a little bit more experience in that offense that Scott Turner is running, and see if he can have some success. The only issue with Turner, he's a little too pass happy for me, but he's still learning on the job too. He's developing. This is his first full-time play calling duties. He called some plays, I think half of the season last year for Carolina, and he's basically cutting his teeth too. So they're all growing together. They're all developing together, and unfortunately, in a semi-rebuild, if not fully rebuilding season, this is what you get. And as long as they get more than 2 wins, I'm happy because that's what ESPN predicted for them. And I love when they're wrong because they always shit on the Redskins anyway. I'm sorry, Washington.
You mean the Washington football team? Get it right, sir.
It slipped out of the last one. I did all of them right. Hey, it's been a good 3 week stretch. I haven't slipped the R word for a while.
We're proud of you.
There's them shots before the show. They probably did it.
Stop blaming. This is at the bar.
No, I'm never
Everything
gonna
on
take.
everyone else.
I'm never gonna take responsibility on the air.
We
man.
see.
Never.
You see, I mean,
Ain't gonna get me on.
it ain't. It's not my fault. It's their fault. I slipped and fell on the banana
Everyone
peel.
else's fault.
Ain't gonna get me on tape admitting nothing. It was always somebody else's fault.
You got a guilty conscience, sir.
I've been on that stand before, brother. Been on that stand.
Now you up here just confessing to random
I've
shit.
been on that stand.
I've been on that stand before. I didn't get off of that stand, but I've been on that stand. I know how to answer questions and keep myself.
So first of all, shout out to Eric Kuzza. Shout out to Assad, LA, Eric Kuzza Clothing Line, sponsors of the At the Bar Radio shirt, and the Sports on the Hill shirt as well. Great brand. Shout out to Assad, who's probably one of the best designers in the DMV. And not only that, you get a lot of guests that come through and they be like, "Oh, download my mixtape or do," and they never support shit from that you do. He actually supports the podcast, not just my podcast, but he supports Sports on the Hill as well. Like anything we put up or whatever, he's also quick to comment, like, and share. There's some people I know for 20 years that I can't even get a comment, and like he actually shares. So we do appreciate that. So yesterday I went to one of our new sponsors, Queen's Mother, fried chicken by my cousin Chef Rock, who won season I think either two or three of Hell's Kitchen. But he has a new restaurant out in DC off of Wisconsin. I had the fried chicken sandwich. First of all, no one told me. For one, black people, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's a fried chicken sandwich. Y'all should support it the same way y'all support Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and all them other people that just want your money and don't like you. Secondly, his chicken sandwich, yeah, it's expensive because it's gourmet, but that motherfucker big as shit.
Yeah.
And it was off the hook, and I enjoyed it wholeheartedly. So shout out to Chef Rock. Queen's Mother fried chicken off Wisconsin Avenue. It's a big joint called like Ghost Line. We sat outside and it was cool. I loved it. So CP3, I got a quick question.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
It's been about 2 weeks since Lady Antoinette hooked you up. How's that love life going?
Oh man, I've been so busy with training this past week. I just been, handling my business on the career front right now.
Have you
I,
been ghosting these ladies?
nah, I've still spoken to one. It was only two that actually reached out. I'm still, in contact with one. The other one fell off. That's normally what happens in my day. So, you
So, I
know,
mean, what you think about this? The one that you have continued to communicate with. What
oh,
you
she's
think?
cool. She's cool. We have a good rapport. She actually works not too far from where I stay at. We
Mhm.
never haven't met in person or nothing yet, but we talk on the daily. We text, and,
Mm.
we have a good conversation.
I think you guys should link up one day.
Yeah, it's possible. It's
Maybe
possible.
so since you have to be at work a little later, maybe do like a brunch or something of that nature.
You know this nigga don't know nothing about brunch. You gotta
Hey, that's why I'm trying to
this
hip him
this
to
this,
that.
this nigga
I'm trying to
know
help him.
this nigga know smoke weed, panties, and fuck.
Uh
That's
huh.
all he know. He don't know nothing about brunch.
Brunch is like, oh, this is a late breakfast. Oh, got you.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, but
I've done
it can
brunch
happen.
before. I've done brunch
You
before.
have.
You taking no, not you eat brunch. Have you taken a female to brunch before?
I took my mother to brunch before.
That's it right there.
Hey, I
It
took
was
my
Mother
mom.
Day,
Yeah,
Mother's Day
Mother's
brunch.
Day. Yeah.
It was right after they went to church.
They let you in church?
I waited in the car.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to say, what church let you in?
I waited in the car. But yeah, I mean, we talk on the daily. I'm more right now. I'm focused on my career right now for
There
real.
you go.
First 30, 60, 90 days, we talking a job where I can make some good money if I'm putting enough hustle into it and putting my grind into it. So
Yeah.
right now I'm focused on that. If it fits into my window, cool. But right now, yeah, it's all about grinding, getting my foot in the door, and get some of these cars sold. Cause I'm trying to get that ching
Okay.
ching.
Well, I mean, at the same time, we building relationships,
Oh, yes,
and
indeed.
everything happens for a reason. It's not always a romantic reason, but everything happens for a reason. So.
Well, I always love having good people in my life. Even if
Mhm.
it's just friendship. I don't like it most of the time. No guy likes the friend zone, but
So the one thing I disagree with you with is CP3 is stop saying if,
Mhm.
say when.
yeah, no doubt, no
Mhm.
doubt.
You know, I was and I say this because I have no shame to say like one of the best books I ever read. I read all three books was Part of the Secret, and it changed my mentality. Like, and if you say if, it's a possibility you ain't gonna do it. If you say when, you know it's gonna get done.
No
You said
doubt.
part of the secret.
That was the secret. It's
Mhm.
like I got three books.
Mhm.
I got the Secret, the Power, and Hero.
Okay.
And I also had the Secret DVD, but did they have another one out now? I haven't got that one yet. But
Okay.
mentality wise, I always think that's probably one of black people's biggest downfalls. Because we always, oh, we shoulda, we woulda, we coulda, instead of saying we can. You have more black people with the mentality of what we can't do and don't think about what we can do.
No doubt, no doubt.
Mhm.
So,
And just to let y'all know, the secret is on Amazon. Go ahead and get
bet.
that.
I'm a real big fan of that because I was working at a bank. It was, I don't know, about 10 years ago. I was working at a bank. And a dude who probably makes 100 to 200,000 a year, he was an investment banker. He came and he said, "Yo, I want to tell you about this book that I read, and it changed my thinking process, but it's a secret."
Mhm.
So I was like, "Okay, cool." He said, "What's the name of the book?" He said, "No, it's a secret." So then I go, "Okay." He said, "Well," and I said, "What was the book about?" He said, "Well, you got to read it."
Mhm.
So then I went to at the time before they went bankrupt, it was a Books a Million
Yeah.
down Old Town.
Yeah.
So I went down Old Town and I went and got the book, and it just showed me steps that I didn't even realize that how to improve my life.
Mhm.
And I've lived by those steps. So even when I go through troubled times and when I was at a job that didn't treat me right, like I never went to, I didn't go to work thinking I hate this job. I got to work thinking my next job is going to be better. And
Mhm.
it's a difference because if you're thinking all the time how much you hate this job, you're going to stay at that job until you die.
Mhm.
If you go to work thinking I'm going to do the best I can here, but my next job is going to treat me better, and I'm gonna find a better job. Not only did I walk out, I was able to literally leave these people with a 2 day notice because I got the job because they were treating me like crap. Um, I was able to probably double the amount of money they were paying me as well. And now, and when I left, I had to, how I left and where I left put me in the position that I am in now because everything happened afterwards for a reason. My roommate moved out, so I was stuck with the bills, and I had to humble myself, go to my mother, and sleep on her floor for a year. And I'm straight, and this is no cap, no nothing. This is some real shit. Um, Slept on the floor for a year, and literally as I was getting ready to move into my next apartment, my uncle called and says, "Hey, you know what? We gotta move, and um, why don't you take over where I live at?" So I was able to, which is down the street from my job.
Yeah.
So before I was spending $40 to $60, about $40 to $30. I say $40 to $30 a night to get home from an Uber because I was working in Kensington, Maryland, which is literally the closest station is what's that damn state? Starts with a W. I can't even remember the name, but it's fucking far.
And we looking at you like, what?
I'm trying to think. I can't even remember because
Hey, look, I'm on the green line.
it's one of the last stations on the red line,
I'm on the red line.
and it's past Glenmont. Yeah, it was a hike. It was like damn it.
I got out of the Glenmont.
What's after Glenmont? When I was going the wrong way, the closest station was Friendship Heights. The other station I was going to was like, shit, I gotta look it up. But needless to say, I went through all of that, and I was working at night, and there was times when
Shady Grove and Glenmont afterwards.
let's see. But I was working overnight, and so even when I finished my work, if I didn't have money to take an Uber home, that means I had to wait till like 6 in the morning just to catch the bus home, and that was a 2-hour ride. Um, and through all of that, I didn't waver. What the hell is the?
And Wheaton is the one before Glenmont.
It's Wheaton.
Okay.
Yeah, I was getting off Wheaton. I was getting off at Wheaton.
Okay. That's second to.
Yeah. So I was getting off Wheaton, and then I would either, if I had the money, I would take depends how early I got. If I had the money, I would take the bus, and that would take me 5 minutes. If I didn't have the money, I'd have to walk at least 20 minutes from Wheaton to the Kaiser down there. Never complained, and I'm in the job I'm at now, and I'm about to get my second raise. I'm happy, but I just always kept a positive attitude. So and not just you, CP3, but I want black men in general. We gotta stop saying I can't or if. We gotta just say when, and we will.
Right.
No doubt.
That was the whole point of this conversation.
No doubt. Nothing wrong with that. Being in the career that I was in before, it's all about the thinking, all the way you look at things. So that's definitely true. So it's only a matter of time. I know what I can do. I know my potential, and I know it's about to be on and popping. So I ain't even really worried about it. It's just a process I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna take my lumps. I'm gonna grind hard, and once I get that residual referral, and you know,
And then we'll get you some white liquor.
you're gonna ruin it all, man.
But that's not ruining nothing.
Dude, I gotta.
Celebrate.
I mean,
Why I gotta be white
when you
liquor?
get
Like
dog, I got a bottle of tequila. I got a bottle of tequila from Mexico. When you get that first car sale, we should tap that
I'm
bottle.
looking to get that first car sale tomorrow. I got an appointment.
I mean, if you get the first car sale tomorrow, then next week's show we should be tapping that bottle. It's from Mexico, nigga.
Right.
I ain't making that commitment.
Don't do that. Just like one shot.
Nah, man. That stuff ain't right, man.
What you mean that stuff ain't right?
I can't even drink, man. That stuff just to smell. Me and
One
my boy
shot.
was talking. There's certain liquors that got the smell to let you know. Gin, tequila, and That damn Everclear. When you smell those
Okay,
three,
but I had you
you know to
drink.
leave those alone.
I had the other day, well, a
Uh-huh.
couple weeks ago, I
Mhm.
gave you a drink and it had gin in it.
Hmm.
You were okay.
Yeah, I'm cool. I done found out a way. I mixed mine with apple juice. I had a night where I
One
didn't have
shot, son. It's dog.
tequila. Is a whole,
It's a bottle
I
from
told you,
Mexico.
man, that tequila do something to me, man. I told you.
Okay. If you take that one
Mm.
shot, that's all you have to do. You can drink your beer or whatever you want to do.
See how these folks are trying to
I'm
pay
just
pressure
saying,
me.
you know.
What is it
because
with
this is-
tequila? My sister be trying to get me to drink tequila again.
Because it
Then it was her fault.
is-
I'd have had the bad experience with tequila the first time.
It's everybody's fault. This ain't never your fault.
Hey, she was passing me drinks. It was It was nice and cool in the club. It was her
Mm.
boyfriend's birthday, and I'm just drinking. I'm having a good time. I haven't been out in a while. There was some club in the city. So I'm having a good
Dog,
time.
but let me stop you right there. You don't have an innocent nigga face.
Nah,
Like, your face don't-
innocent.
Like your face, nigga, your face
You
screams.
look angry.
Yes,
all the time.
your face scream either thug or security guard. So come on, man, just go ahead.
Can't do the tequila, man.
Like, you
Sorry.
don't-
One fucking
You
shot.
don't give that friendly vibe.
I try to.
Where?
Well, I mean, I try.
What is it gonna bring out your
It's
inner
like
thug?
You say you have the
Just
the
hide your
arrested
gun.
bitch face. I had it always serious straight face. I mean,
Always, I want to kill a nigga face.
Right.
yeah. I mean, when I'm with my nieces, that's why when folks ask me how come I never smile at my pictures when I take pictures of social media. Most of the time, when they see me smile, it's with my nieces and nephews. They make me smile. Other than that, I'm just,
Oh, that's
I'm not angry. Just, in deep thought.
And what?
the fuck ever.
I mean, real talk. Are you sure back in the day you ain't like hang out with like Onyx?
Nigga, you are like the walking definition of the mad face invasion.
Yeah, like
I used to walk around my fist ball. I've been through a lot, like I told you, man. I had a gambling problem in middle school, man. My life is like crazy.
So I really wanted to go into Donald Trump, but now that you done brought that
you
up.
expose yourself.
I mean,
you expose yourself,
we all
so now we
do
gotta
this
talk
stuff.
about it.
Now, Lady Antoinette, is it me or did he just open up that door?
Open up the door.
Mm. Somebody might be having problems with gambling right now.
We didn't have to bring it up,
I mean, that's cool.
but you chose to. So now
Yeah.
that you have chosen to do that,
I told you everything's about
let's
transition.
because I feel like you know what we should just call a portion of the show a segment.
The CP3 Chronicles.
No, therapy.
Okay, yeah, it's even better.
Because we need to go through
I
this.
mean, I went to therapy already. I'm good.
But
No, you're not. No,
you're
you're
still
not.
working through. That's an
I mean,
ongoing process.
That's every day. Every day
Yes.
I try to strive to be the better man than I was the day before.
And I mean, at one point, I did want to be a psychologist and went to school, and
I'm Black Dr. Phil.
so, but you, Black Dr. Phil, baby, you need help.
I know, that's how I'm Black Dr. Phil, because all the help I done got, I was able to transfer to other people that have
But you
accommodations.
still broken a little
So-
bit.
so-
you know, we
so-
gotta fix you.
How does one, if you are under 18, please don't listen to this part of this conversation.
Right, we don't want to.
How does one get like a gambling problem in middle school?
When you come up in the times that we came up in, everybody used to
So
go
it's
to
the
school.
time's fault.
No, I mean,
So it's Morris Day. We should call him.
Oh, wow.
It was part of it,
What?
It was part of the problem,
Did
you
you hear me
know.
just say?
So we used to play cards for lunch money back in the day.
How old were you?
I play cards, but I never gambled.
How old were you?
I was like, what, middle school? What's that? 11, 12?
Nigga, I was playing Uno
Exactly.
We was playing Tunk.
and
for money.
Go Fish.
For money, right?
No!
No, that's what we're trying to explain to you.
No, that's right. You was in Virginia. You wasn't in New York. Like in New York, I know they was playing for money. I know
Nigga, they was playing
What?
CeeLo back then, but I wasn't in New York at that time.
But even still,
I mean,
no matter where you were, we grew up in the
Different
same
dress.
areas.
yeah, but we were at different schools though.
Right, we went to different schools, but I went to more than one elementary school, went to one middle school.
See, I was good in elementary school when I got to middle school.
Nigga, that's only like a 4-year difference.
Not even.
3.
I was in
What-
middle school. I was
what-
in the same
what-
school for 6
what
years.
year?
What grade did you start? You
Right,
start your.
It was 7th grade. That's when I
Okay, you were
started.
like literally fresh out of.
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
I was in middle school.
Because at that time, back in the day, 6th grade was elementary school. So
Yeah.
literally your first year in middle school.
So you was in 7th grade?
decided to wild
Yeah,
out.
7th and 8th grade was middle school.
So that I mean, in VA that would have been junior high school.
Yeah, middle school, junior high school. Same
Yeah,
thing.
you was still fucked up.
Hey man, look, I went to a special school for smart folks. I was an intellectual.
You were intellectual with a gambling
But
problem.
again,
When
the-
he
In
said
seven
special school,
fucking-
you should have seen like
that's why.
Yo,
that's why
Lady
I had to
Antoinette,
clarify.
you know when you say special
That's why I
school,
had to clarify.
And I'm like, so you went to a special school and you were gambling? Like, were you taking
My-
money
no,
from
my-
someone
yo,
that
when you
was
say
not-
special school, you know I think small world short bus. When you say special school,
I was
I
actually on the Science Bowl
didn't.
TV show that was run by the county. I was actually on that show back in the day.
looking angry.
I
I'm sure.
Was you like an angry nerd? What the fuck?
I excelled in math and science. So I was good with numbers, man. You know.
Oh, so you know you used to count people while you beat them? Like 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. Count
So-
chocolate.
So you chose. Hold on. Let's back up. So you chose to use your gift of being able to count money and be good with numbers
I adapted to
to
my environment.
To sell
go
weed.
ahead and first gamble
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
and
At first it was
in
just for
elementary school. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawmaker,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure that you gambling
It was for lunch.
at
money
school
At first.
at that age was illegal. I'm pretty sure of it.
I mean, it was just for lunch.
I
It
mean,
started
I could
out
be
as
wrong,
lunch. It just
but I'm
started
not.
out for
But I
lunch
could
money.
be.
It started out for lunch money.
Oh,
And
okay.
then it escalated from there
When you doing the other type of crimes.
into sports betting. Then I got into sports betting in high school, and I took a bad loss.
What's the most you ever made?
Most I ever made in high school? Was
This nigga gotta clarify what grade.
like
Well, in high school I made this, and in middle school I made that.
Maxed out
well, the
at
best
this
was
number.
when Washington football team won the Super Bowl. I cleaned up when they beat Buffalo. I mean, I think I won like 1,500 in school.
So you were in school betting.
Yeah,
And you won 1,500.
1,500. I think I was in the 10th grade when they.
So,
Yeah.
Were you like the bully collector nigga? Like
Nah, if
nigga,
I
you-
lost, I paid up. 'Cause
No, that's not what I.
When you won.
No. When you won, nigga. See, Lady Antoinette got it. She's just like, no, nigga. That's not what he's asking.
How did you collect your dough?
Yo, you really trying to step on me though? That nigga, you nigga trying to Heisman on me.
I paid when I lost. I ain't stiff no.
We ain't asked.
And when you won, how did you collect?
They had it ready for me.
No.
Nigga, you, dog, you really be you on some shit today, dog.
We ain't really had a problem with people stiffing nobody.
I'm gonna be real with
That's
you.
when the problem came in there.
I
Cause
don't
I made a
believe-
big loss for one weekend, and I couldn't pay it. I had to hit my folks up and get some money to pay my gambling debts in high school.
Oh my god.
How much was your debts?
I owed like $700. And I
And
ain't
so
have
who
it.
did you hit at? And why would you bet?
Some more
that
thug
much?
niggas.
It wasn't with one person. It was spread out.
Oh
So
my
would you
goodness.
just call other thug niggas you ain't paid? Did you pay?
Yeah, I paid him. I had to call
How-
him a couple of favors.
How long
Wait,
you?
what kind of favors were you calling?
That's a
in
great question.
As a high school sophomore,
Things was different back then.
yeah, you're right. That's why I'm asking. What kind of favors?
You
were
know what I'm
calling
saying?
in?
I'm about to save you, CP3. I'm about to play 2 videos.
I'm not going.
I don't even want you to answer, nigga. I'm about to play 2 videos,
Like,
nigga.
what?
You trying to get too much information.
I just want to let you know that I peep game.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't get out of that. I did some stuff back.
Clearly.
We'll be back.
You done some shit, nigga.
I'm just
Crazy.
I'm just a regular dude to live a regular life,
Who the fuck is you lying to?
man.
What regular? What is regular?
Exactly.
Clearly that's subjective.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me, yeah. CP3, we gonna play some videos and we come back, we'll talk on another subject, cause nigga, you was 6 seconds from Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, I ain't giving no names, baby. No, can't do that. That ain't nice.
This joint is BBW.
Oh my god, what's this?
BBW. Ay, 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 ay. Chip, chip.
Warner and whatever name. I mean that name.
BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch. BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch. He wanna run up in this pussy like a crash dummy. Cash money, only want that cash money. You ain't got a nigga, don't ask for me. Melon poppin', who you stoppin'? Bitch, my pussy upscale. Still your man, cause I know he like his girls BBW. Drake said it best, so thick, everybody else in the room is so uncomfortable. Queen size, so you know I can relate. I've been carrying my weight, so your bitch, she gon' hate. She call me fat, whole time a nigga begging me to come throw it back. Begging me to sit it in his lap. Dreams of fucking on a bitch to rap. He grabbing on my fupa, thanking God like hallelujah. I don't even want his dick, I'd rather run up all his moolah. Where's your bankroll, nigga? Point me to the stash. And don't be surprised if I ask where the cash at. What a bag at, pussy and my ass fat. Looking for a sugar daddy who ain't afraid to run it up, who ain't afraid to spend them bucks. Keep the weed up in my blunt. BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch. BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch. He slides up in my DM, as if I wanna freak him. But first he need to buy me a BMW. I like big girl toys cause I'm BBW. Hope the nigga lift weights cause I'm BBW. I'm sexy, don't stress me. All the talk is cheap, nigga bless me. I like money in my pocket, cheese in my wallet. Real big checks, I like director. Posits, who you sleeping on? It's Alana DeVille. Who you freaking on? Not Alana DeVille. I like big bills, never miss meals. Clothes ice cold, give a bitch chill. Niggas too geeked up, can't even chill. Send a nigga packing, I'm too trail. Like Trailville, he wants some cut. No money, he can't even fill on my butt. Too bad they underestimated me. Now it's your bitch in the cut hating on me. BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch. BBW, and I walk with a switch. BBW, ass and my titties thick. BBW, and that bitch hella thick. And I walk with a switch. And I walk with a switch.
But I ain't wanna say that.
Shawty hot class and she pricey. She wish her nigga was like me. She want a nigga that's icy. Took your bitch, now your man wanna fight me. When she suck on my dick, she don't bite me. Suck on me like she wanna be wifey. I get money, you know that excite me. I know you niggas don't like 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 me. Yeah, ready, set, go. And for rapping, put it right at your throat. Got a banana, but not from the boat. Big old banana, it come with a scope. Yeah, you don't want smoke. You don't want me to unzip in the coat. I up the fat, then I spit with the poke. This on my time, I might sniff on no coke. Yeah. I got your hoe feeling on me, now she ready to go. Back to the crib on her knees looking poor. She got me skeeting all over her nose. Yeah, she freaky, she gross. She get with me, she be doing the most. She cook me breakfast, she butter my toast. Topping the whip, make me swerve on the road. Yeah, we do the most. They hate on me, but they know I'm the GOAT. I got some killers around me that go, nigga, you pussy, you will get exposed. Up with the blick up Puffin' you with hoes, no fake niggas with me, no we don't do those. She be looking at me like what you do to your nose. I told that bitch she act like that, that's all I clothes. I know you niggas don't like me. 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 Shawty, I cause she pricey. She wish her nigga was like me. She want a nigga that's icy. Took your bitch, now your man wanna fight me. When she suck on my dick, she don't bite me. Suck on me like she wanna be wifey. I get money, you know that excite me. I know you niggas don't like me.
Hamburger, let me play this video.
I don't get this motherfucker right. Right.
If you ain't a boss, switch your position. They hating me on the low. I cannot listen, I pack your bag if you trippin'. I got me a superstition that you been looking for ways. Get me up off this mission. My grandma told me, boy, watch what you pitching. You stay safe at the base and not what you whipping. They just all in my business. Scotty knows just what a pippin'. Flow like I be rapping, tiptoeing J's when I'm riffing. They say I be hot, but I think I'm sizzling. Surgically put on the clinic, spit it out just to a dentist. Try to do me some good, but they say I'm a menace. We back and forth like it's tennis, and I can't mold out my image. But we can't really change what you already felt, and nobody can say we never did help, never did it to mention. So let's calm all the tension. Let's just show you what's real and just get back to this business, you know. Tryna make a flip up off a quarter P. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be. I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's them Southside Squad niggas for the D. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. A rapper step up to me. That be a no-no, I be deaf cause they so-so, WWE. I got the game in a chokehold, stamp it just like a logo. Just keep it on the low-low, they like I'm back on my mojo. Man, I still be great, either riding or solo. Used to bag up them Cincos, just to make back that Ocho. Going into OT, when I was loving that Coco. Spent it all on some promo, I'm talking tables and photos. Dying for what I love, I forgot about the Toto. Don't become a D-Rust, that mean you breaking a broco. Man, all of these threats, I might just buy me a fofo. Try and get all of these checks, so I don't see you just no more. Man, you rapping ass niggas, I see you done change. Even when I touch my first million, I stay the same. You can't deliver the Jono. Fuck this game like a Pono. They hearing this like, oh no, ain't from DC, but he go. Tryna make a flip up off a quarter P. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be. I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's them Southside Squad niggas 40 deep. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me.
Don't judge me.
Oh, there's no judgment here, man. certain things that I might have with me. I'm not really gonna go into it right
Oh
now.
my God! When you roll up, let's go. If you
Hey.
if you need a random thug that has his own weapon to be at your video shoot,
If someone
Hit up
tells you you're playing
CP3.
gunman number 2 and you just happen to have a gun,
Okay,
and
see-
you ask the question, do y'all need me to bring money? They say, yeah, it's okay, I got you.
Okay, but here's the problem that you didn't understand.
Uh-huh.
They wanted you to play gunman
he,
number 2. They didn't want you to be.
This was my first
Gunman
acting gig. I wanted to fill the role.
Oh, okay.
I wanted
so
However.
let me get a quick shout out to let me get a quick shout out to Eric Kuzamato, Nicole Dawn. She's watching. We had a great photo shoot with you, and thank you. Gunman number 2, thanks you.
Hey man, what's up, Nicole? I hollered at you later on, but yeah, I mean, if
Make sure he has no weapons
Right.
all I'm saying
He needs to go through a metal detector.
at a video shoot.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, I'm used to, you know.
Did you have anything else to support your role as gunman number 2?
Yes, I did.
He had a mask.
That's all I wanted to
Yeah,
know. I didn't want to know no.
I mean,
Situation.
if
I
you
want
tell
you to
me to play
incriminate
the
yourself.
role, I'm going to play the role.
Okay.
He had
so
a
you
mask.
Other things.
He had a mask and a gun. I mean, and he looked and
But I meant outside of that.
I mean, they-
Stuff in my bag
See,
just
see,
in case.
he hit a whole.
oh, see, he ain't tell me that shit.
You told me to bring my. You
That's-
told me to bring
that's what I'm
my.
asking.
You told me to bring my baton. I had my baton that I used for security. I also had my handcuffs just in case you wanted that.
We don't want your bedroom toys in there
Ain't
now.
nothing sexy. I've been locked up before. Ain't nothing sexy about no handcuffs.
You wouldn't let. Hey, say everything. You wouldn't let. You would not if it was a sexy chick, and she said, "I wanted to handcuff you."
I've had sexy chicks ask me before, and I will not do it.
And would you handcuff her?
If she wanted me to, yeah.
But you wouldn't let her handcuff you.
Yeah, I know what I like.
So you're a
I know what I don't
hypocrite.
like. No, I know what I like.
So you're a hypocrite. You're a
I'm
hypocrite.
not a hypocrite. If she likes it, I'm gonna do what she likes. I don't like
But
that
if she
shit.
likes to handcuff her
Then we
man,
got a problem.
okay, so don't say if she likes it, I try to
I
do
just know
what
if
she
If
likes.
she likes to be handcuffed, I don't have a problem.
So ladies,
I don't. Hey, that's one thing.
So let me-
I don't
so-
like being big, and I
so-
do like handcuffs.
so ladies, let me
Yeah, some of these females like biting, man.
I ain't never had.
What if it's like a soft bite?
Nah.
No, it's
Nah,
not
man,
gonna
they
hurt.
want to bite on shit that you ain't supposed to bite on.
Like
If something happened, you want to tell us about, nigga?
I had some experiences.
Nigga, you might as well tell us now.
What the-
This show is going to hell real quick.
You know how they be like, who hurt you? No, who hurt you?
Who bit you, nigga?
I'll be nibbling on your neck. You know, you can kiss on the neck. And,
Okay, so
Nigga,
They would
nibbling and biting is something different.
They would, little like bites, like
Okay.
little nibbles. That
Can
shit
you
ain't-
see her during the daytime? Can you see this
Does-
young lady? The one who
It's
hit
been
you
several.
on
It's
the
been-
Does she have?
It's been a couple.
When she looks in the mirror, does she have a reflection?
Yeah, she did. I
that
checked.
she
Okay.
likes garlic.
So you try to tell me I'm the only person that came across a couple of chicks
I'm
that
just
like
asking.
the bite or nibble.
Nah, nigga, we saying the only person you came across was a vampire.
Yeah. Like, how about you give her a sterling silver necklace and see what happens?
Maybe if you went to church more
One
often.
and done, man.
Maybe if you went to church more often and threw some holy water on her, she would.
Hey man, that was just something she liked to do.
Did you invite her into your home?
Yeah. Did you say come in?
No, it was at her house.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
matter of fact, this was at somebody else's house.
Oh, Lord.
Nigga, do you start itching in sunlight?
At somebody else's house?
Yeah, it was somebody else that set it up.
Okay.
Set it up. Oh, no.
Yeah, so this was
I'm going
late
to tell y'all
90s.
right now, if I have a party at my house, I'm locking all the bedroom doors. And only one bathroom can be used. Because somebody he don't know how to act at people's houses.
I had permission.
So you have permission?
I didn't just defile their home without them knowing.
Are you sure?
They set it up for me to
They-
use their home.
They set it up for you.
to come up. They owe me a favor.
What? So that's a favor?
Yeah.
So-
Every time I put folks on with a female and they, I was like, yeah, you do this and do that, you be good.
Let me use your house to do it? I've never been in that situation.
Nigga, nigga, stop telling these stories. You'll never get a wife.
I mean, I'm all in the book, man.
Yeah, what you look like before the street.
You open top, bro.
We're
Nigga,
talking about late 90s. It's 2020.
Nigga.
30 years.
So in 20 years, is the leopard change his spots?
They can try.
Oh, my. Wow. You know what? You know what? I think I seen the leopard and spots faded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a change.
No,
It's
it's
a change.
sarcastic.
Nah, man, I mean, but honestly, that was a different. No, that was before I went to therapy and figured out why I was doing all the
So what age was you when you started slipping in pussy?
About 27, 28.
You stopped slipping?
Yeah, that was after therapy because I gained the conscience. That's when I gained empathy and compassion and found out what it was.
I don't believe
Because I actually had one of my girlfriends say, we got into argument because I didn't know what compassion was. I was like, what the fuck is compassion? What the fuck is empathy? I don't know what the fuck that shit means. Until I went to therapy, then I finally understood what those.
So you didn't know the definition, or you didn't know how to display that.
That too. All of it. I knew nothing about it. That was a piece of shit. I had no problem admitting I was a sorry motherfucker. I didn't give a fuck.
So you're a reformed.
I mean,
I'm a home recovery. I told you, it's a hell of a struggle. I got my 10-year badge at home.
I mean, most people. I mean, when you know you date a whore, you gotta keep your friends away. Motherfucker, you gotta keep your enemies away from your ass.
Friends, family,
Enemies.
I don't think like that no more. I used to think like that.
daycare providers,
Oh yeah, daycare.
sisters at the
That's
church,
something. No,
sisters at the church.
Co-workers, daughters,
Sisters
sisters.
at the church could be anybody.
Co-worker sisters.
Hey, look. That's fair.
Co-workers, wives.
No, I never been a co-worker.
You have
You did
said
sister.
some
It
things.
wasn't a co-worker. Though.
No, well, okay. Your manager's wife.
I said something.
I was gonna say because you can't lie.
What did you? Whoa! Slow your roll there. What did you say to a manager's wife?
No, I didn't say it actually to his wife. I said it to him.
What did you tell him?
I told him I should smash his wife. He pissed me off that day.
You know.
He was my skin, so I wanted to get under his.
I can't even go to a video break off this because we just played like fucking 4 videos.
Trying to give him a break.
Yeah.
To get himself together.
I was a different person then. I was living big.
Nigga, who was you? Nigga, you was the Incredible Hulk back then, right?
Hold on. You trying to tell us you wouldn't do that now? If somebody got you angry.
I would.
Okay, wait, stop. Before you truly answer this question, keep in mind that me and 151 are your friends on Facebook.
I know.
And we have seen, well, because you just got out of jail. For not being.
I'm rehabilitated.
So with that said, you really want us to believe that if you got angry, you will not threaten to sleep with whomever you're angry at, their wife.
It depends on the situation.
Or their sister.
Depends on the situation. Who looks better, who's better, closer to my age bracket. So I just say some stuff.
So the sisters.
So maybe you would.
So if
I say it don't mean I would do it.
a sister's 25 or 29.
But you did do this sister.
I have before.
So it's not that, oh, just because I say it doesn't mean I'll do it. No,
Because then they know it's a real threat and they leave me alone.
Okay, but you would.
So you fucked your manager's sister.
No, I had fucked somebody's sister.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my bad. You fucked the co-worker's sister.
Well, at the time he wasn't my supervisor anymore, but he had been my supervisor previously.
Oh yeah, he holds grudges too.
I used to. I went to therapy and I got help. I gotta let those things go.
Okay, so what happened?
Nigga, you were not
Where
the
was your
same.
therapy?
I'm the same.
Where was your therapy
Uh,
when you went off on these people on social media? Where was your therapy? Did you apply that?
that was most of those are late night when I'm bored and don't have nothing to do.
Okay, put the phone down.
And that's what I do now.
You know what? iPhone has a lot of features. We can shut you down at 9 o'clock. I do it to my son. He's 14.
I have a thing about getting the last word. I grew up in the house of 4 women, so I have a thing called getting the last word in, which you know is a female trait.
Ooh, I don't do that. Don't look at me. I don't care. I would say okay, and not you be stupid by yourself. I don't have to get the last word.
Okay, let me segue. Let me go to a different subject real quick. Okay, Black Boy, Kenny Black 49. You said song sent. The only song that was sent to me was by Not You. Go Villain, who's one of my people on Facebook. I won't say his government name because I want his government name out there. But he actually sent me a song. That's the only song I got. Like, so. And like real talk, I checked the email while we were on the live show, and when you got actually comments, stuff like that, we actually check. So if you're saying song sent, it wasn't. Shout out to my man Caliber, King Caliber, do your thing, DR, we trust, boom. But your song, the other dude, Black Boy, yeah, your song was sent. Real talk. Now, back to this disgusting pervert. No, I'm sorry. Oh, man.
CP3.
CP3. So, I'm kind of curious, because you were formed, whatever. Okay. So, Go Villain, George Thompson on Facebook. I'm about to play your song, and we're going to give you a live review. Now, before I play this song, like, if we like it, we're going to tell you, like, if we don't, we don't. If you get in your feelings and say we hating and all that other stuff, please do not contact me later after you get out your feelings and be like, I want to interview, because the answer's going to be no. Real talk, because the whole thing about the show is, like, for real, like, I got like 20 years in fucking music, so when somebody comes to me about this stuff, like, on some real shit, I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. Lady Antoinette has done more than numerous. She was part of another podcast that did a lot of independent artists. CP3 actually makes beats. So if we give something and it's maybe not be favorable, it's not that we're hating. We just constructive criticism. If you can take it and this is what this industry is about. I've had a motherfucker from BET tell me one of my artists' hottest songs wasn't shit. And I had to eat that. And I didn't get mad, I just made better music.
Right.
So, that's just my thoughts. So, I give you the disclaimer. So, if it's hot, I'm going to tell you if it's hot. I'm just not going to be like, I'm not going to trash your song just to say trash in the ratings, because I'm good at what I do. I don't need ratings, to be honest with you. I'm confident that this is one of the best teams that you're going to hear on internet radio. I'm confident to say that we will give you one of the most realist opinions. And you ain't going to find nothing better. Straight up, at the bar, Lady Antoinette, CP3, and this dude behind the mic, 151. And I'm going to say that straight with no chasing. So,
we gonna give you some
real feedback. First of all, we all three assholes, so we gonna give it to you.
I'm the nice one.
She's nice, but nigga, her last Lady Antoinette.
Don't do that.
Lady, first of all, the niggas don't even. First of all, if you want to go to the Lady Antoinette, we can go back to. I can take you back to around about 88, 89, and there was a rapper Antoinette, and she's the only lady that was bold enough to go at MC Lyte. And Antoinette the boss was vicious. Granted, she got her ass kicked by 10% this and some other shit that MC Lyte put out. However, she was the only lady lyrically that had the balls to go at MC Lyte. Now we gonna go back to old school times. And, talk off with your head and shit like that. Yeah, Google Lady Antoinette. So, and she's a nice one. Exactly.
I'm about my business.
So
I'm going to give you a real review.
So we're gonna play the song and we're gonna give you a real review. I like when people send this to me, like I said, but you just gotta, you gotta have tough skin when you send shit to me, because if the show's called At the Bar, my name is 151, and my motto is straight with no chasing. If you want compassion and understanding, take your ass to church. They open up around 11 o'clock on Sundays.
Ooh. Hey. Go. Hey. Hey, Chris Pine. Hey, don't tell me you quit when you up for the challenge. Blow you a
kiss and then live through the madness. She be my queen, she get flooded in diamonds. This what you get, now you tell me you got me. You got it, you got me. You got me. Ooh, I love them hips and them chocolate legs. Let me walk behind you, kick them heels. What's the deal? Gotta trust somebody just a little, just a little. I bet you treat these niggas hella cold. I'll be west, you be my east. If you numb to that, I make you feel. You can't tell me this not meant to be. Turn our cell phones off, now it's time to give you all of me. Don't tell me you quit when you up for the challenge. Blow you a kiss and then live through the madness. She be my queen, she get flooded in diamonds. This what you get, now you tell me you got me. You got it, you got me. You got me.
Told her I ain't average, you can't treat me like the rest. She probably be talking to these other niggas crazy. Say she like my swag, though she ain't easily impressed. Give it to me once, I'll make you wanna have my baby. I got what you need, I'm what you've been craving. I'm the one that's gonna make you wear that lingerie you've been saving. You know who to call when it's time for vacation. So stop with all that faking. Like what the fuck is you waiting for? I'll be north, you be my south. Claim she a pro, well I ain't no slouch. You can't tell me this ain't meant to be. When out of everywhere, you're here with me, babe.
Don't tell me you quit when you up for the challenge. Blow you a kiss and then live through the madness. She be my queen, she get flooded in diamonds. This what you get, now you tell me you got me. You got it, you got me. You got me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think like this. I think that joint's cool, but I know you got a banger. The potential of that song, I know you got something else that you sitting on that you ain't that you ain't ready to release just yet. But I want that. Like I want the banger. I want the joint to make the whole internet go crazy. Like they listen to that joint, people are gonna like you. But are they gonna follow you after that joint? Like I want to put the joint out that more makes people go to your IG and go to your SoundCloud or your Spotify and download that song. The song is cool, but I know you got something better. That's my feeling. What you got, Lady Antoinette?
Believe it or not, I actually agree. I feel like the song was real laid back. It was a chill song, but I can tell you got something else. You're not giving us your all in that particular song. You're giving us what is popular right now. Step outside of that box and show us you. I mean, like you said, I can hear potential.
Yeah. Definitely the potential there. We both agree on that.
As an artist, a lot of times we put out what was popular, what's hot, the style, all of that. Show me something that I can't get from another artist. Make yourself known. Step outside of the norm that we hear every day. You were cool, but don't give me cool. Give me something that is outstanding. Give me something that
And
nobody else is doing.
And don't get me wrong, because I like the song, but I hear it and I know he can do better.
Yeah, I really feel like that's not your hot track.
Yeah.
That's you gave us what we hear everywhere, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
We can tell that you are able to produce more.
And when I hear that joint, I'm like, dog, I know you got way more potential.
Yeah.
And because you got potential, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You gonna give me the potential that I know you got.
Yeah.
I think the track is good, but I know you can do better.
Yeah.
CP3.
I'm kind of going the other way with it.
Go ahead. I mean, that's the point of the show.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Giving him what, unfortunately, with the market the way it is now, for him to get his foot in the door, he's going to have to make some bubblegum bullshit. That even though he does have the potential and have greater stuff that he can put out there, folks generally in this that I've observed, when you put some real shit out there, they're not ready to hear it until you put some bullshit. It's like you got to put some bullshit out there to get them dancing and snapping in the club in order for them to open their mind to even process some real shit you're about to say. So I agree the track is nice, but I think that by putting out, not saying the song is bullshit, but putting out something that's prevalent to what we hear on the radio right now to get your foot in the door, and but you still, like I said, you have a banger in you. So I see their point of passing that banger out now because you want to get the following, but I also see your point of sending this one in to get folks like, okay, I could dance though, I could play that at the cookout, or I could, I could see myself riding the ride of that joint or something like that.
But but there's a difference between D4L and Drake. Like Drake makes a movement in hip hop, a movement, not a song in hip hop. And I think when I listen to the potential, I think he has the potential to make a movement, especially he's from this area. And this area needs people to make movements.
Yeah.
We can't afford the people to make good songs. Wale makes good songs, but he don't make movements to me.
Mm-hmm. Even though he may have potential to do more.
Exactly.
But in this situation, I feel like you can take what's hot and put your own spin on it. But you need something to separate you from everybody else. And that's what I hear. I hear everybody else. But I know he can separate himself. This particular artist, he can separate himself.
Yeah, definitely. So let me, I got to address my man, Don Wall. From the South Side, grew up with, friends with my man. When people ask me to play videos, and they're like, "Yo, can you just play this random video?" That shit don't ever happen on air, and it's not going to happen on air because the real of this is for me to play your video, I have to prep before the show. So that's the first thing. Second thing, like, I ain't got no problem even playing the video that you and Renegade and Chris Bo did several years ago, and that's cool. But I can't dwell in the past neither. I got to move forward to the future. I know that you just went to the studio with Renegade several weeks ago. Stop relying on the shit that you did in the past and send me the fucking song that you just did with Renegade that you just recorded. Be confident in your music. I'm not going to keep, like, my show moves forward every week, which means that we have new topics, new guests. The only thing that's going to be the same is CP3's Love Life and his Thug Ways. That'll be the same every week. But everything else we move forward with. So, yeah, whatever, nigga. So let's not dwell on the shit that we did 4, 5, 6 years ago, and let's dwell on the shit that we do now. So I'd rather play your new song that you recorded in Renegade Studio versus this shit got Chris Bo and Renegade on it. You know, that's just the honest truth. I don't look back. Like when I throw a pair of shoes away, I ain't that type of sentimental nigga. Like, damn, I just threw a pair. Oh, those my Jordans, nigga. They gone.
That's a huge statement. Just that scenario with the DMV mentality. They'd rather live off of some old stuff that they did because of notoriety instead of putting something new out there that'll be different, that might change the game. But they want to ride the coattails of some stuff they did in the past.
Well, I
not
don't
just
feel like
with
that's
music.
a DMV thing in general. The people do that.
People do that. I mean,
They look at their heydays or their
it,
accomplishments from the past, and they harp on that. It's good to sometimes reflect back, but you do have to push forward and talk
Exactly.
what you did in the
Oh, I
past.
can sit back and talk about all the opportunities that I had back in my past. Oh, if I would have did this, if I would have did that. If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. We can talk about ifs all day long,
What?
but
That's where we going?
I'm just saying. That's
Yeah.
what my favorite saying is.
I mean, we in here talking about aunticles?
I'm just
What?
saying. If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
I mean,
That's just a fact.
I don't think, but honestly, I don't think it's a DMV thing. I think like this. Sometimes you're proud of your old work, right? Like
It's good
honestly,
to be.
and don't get me wrong. I've gotten shout outs for Gilly the Kid. I got shout outs for Ace Hood. Like I've interviewed Gilly and stuff like that. The thing about this, I'm also looking for the next interview. You know, earlier this week I was talking with Lady Antoinette. We were setting up an interview with a, we're gonna be talking about black people. You know, legally. Legally,
Hey, I'm legal over here, baby.
We wasn't
it's not.
talking about
It
this.
is.
Hey, I
You
feel
feeling
like
guilty.
You feeling guilty.
interrogation light was on me all of
Nah,
a
it
sudden.
ain't you.
I didn't.
I
We
just
we
felt
talking
like-
we
Legal-
talking to the public right now.
Where were you?
Your
at
name never
3:45
came
on
up-
Saturday on October 26th.
CP3.
Oh my goodness.
CP3.
Legally, man, I had a flash.
CP3. Your name never came up on this conversation.
Right, we
But
not
we're
talking about you. You good.
We're talking about. We want to inform people how to legally arm themselves, because honestly, there is a race war coming. Whether it's tomorrow, the next year, the year after that, or 10 years from now, there are armed militias out there for the past 20 years, and just because you watch Menace to Society don't teach you how to shoot a gun.
Oh, dog.
And you know, turning the gun to the side and stuff like that. That's why we got so many more innocent people in drive-bys, because a lot of niggas don't know how to shoot.
Yep.
And when you legally arm yourself the right way and stuff like that, we're gonna have a gun instructor on here. So you know, we want to go forward in things, and that's all I'm really saying. So shout out to Juan, because you always support the show. But I'd rather for you to send me your new music than to worry about me playing a video that was done 6 or 7 years ago. And no disrespect. And because you're my man from the South Side, I'm gonna play that video. It's not gonna be tonight. It ain't gonna be next week neither. I'm gonna tell you that now.
We can have a throwback show.
We'll do a throwback show and do something like that. But you gotta understand, Renegade video, understand, got 55,000 views, and I don't even play that. And that was produced by Looney Tunes, and the same year he gave Renegade the beat. Looney Tunes won a Grammy for LOVE by Rihanna. So, is it a proud moment? Yeah, but I just don't look back. I look forward. You know, so send me the new music. I know you've been in the studio. Send me the new music rather than worry about the old song. That's just my opinion. You got anything for us, Lady Antoinette?
I mean, not in reference to that, you know. But we need to have a quick convo.
Oh shit.
We do. We need to have a quick convo. More so current events that we have going on in our country.
Yes.
You know, obviously we know COVID-19 is not gone.
Definitely. I work in a hospital, so I see that shit every fucking day.
Right. We see it's new cases every day. It's not gone. It's here still, and our commander in chief of our country,
yes,
has contracted the virus.
Yeah.
He has repeatedly said it's a hoax. He's repeatedly said, I don't need to wear a mask. He has teased his political opponents for wearing masks. And he has now contracted the virus.
And he deserves it at times. And I'm going to tell you why. One, in a political debate, you shouldn't be bringing up your opponent's son's drug problems.
Yeah.
That was classless. That was classless.
Especially when it was right before October 1st. October 1st, his wife has put out this campaign. I think she put it on her Instagram or something, speaking on how October is Substance Abuse Prevention Month. and that is one of her causes.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, your husband just went in on
somebody
who had that issue for substance abuse.
She runs an anti-bullying campaign, and he does it every day on
That's
Twitter.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
a constant contradiction.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you gotta think about it like this, and I speak on this because I've had family members who suffer from substance abuse. You know, for one, we tend to keep those family members underneath the rug or in the closet or whatever how you want to put it. You know, one of my aunts passed away in the early '90s from AIDS, and I love my aunt Michelle. You know, may she rest in peace. But she was an addict. So the things she put my grandmother through, the things she put my mother through, the things she put my aunt through, and my family through was hard.
Mm-hmm.
We should never, you know, and I'm not a parent. I'm a nephew at the time, and it was hard for me as a child growing up.
Right.
I can just imagine what it's like for my mother, who that was her sister.
Right.
I can just imagine what it's like for my grandmother, and that's her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my aunt died in I think 1990, and my uncle died in 90. No, I'm sorry, my grandfather died in 91.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother, in a sense, put her daughter to rest a year before her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine the pain.
Right.
We lived in a big house in New York. I remember when I first met my aunt. She went and took me and my brother to get my asthma shots, my allergy shots, and she wound up stealing pillows because she was on that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know, I remember those memories and not knowing what was going on, and she's telling it just walk out.
Yeah.
I remember her buying me toys and telling me, "Oh, just go walk out. I'm gonna pay for it later."
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the type of stuff that goes. So you don't know, like if you've never had an addict in your family, that's nothing to make fun of.
Well, see, that's the thing. He has, but like many people, that's swept under the rug. But if you know the Biden family and their story, that's such a low blow. I mean, you think about what this man has been through. Years ago, long time ago, before he became a senator, as he was becoming a senator, he lost his wife and his daughter. His sons were in the car. They got in an accident. One of his sons was in a body cast. The other one was still in the hospital. He was at their bedside. He got sworn in at the hospital into the Senate. And he, felt that even though he was suffering this tragedy, this is Joe Biden, even though he was suffering this tragedy, he said, I got to still move forward for my people. That's where the train came into play.
Yeah.
He didn't want to uproot his family. He went back and forth from D.C. to Delaware on the train. And then, of course, tragedy still struck his family later on. He lost his son, Bo.
Yeah.
And so at the same time, his other son, he's dealt with a lot in his life. And, everybody handles it different. Unfortunately, he, decided to be reliant on things that he shouldn't have. And with that said, to make fun of that situation is just ridiculous. But you got to know who you're dealing with. We actually expect that of our commander in chief. That's what he does. So now that he has contracted the coronavirus, it's crazy because I want to say right before the show started, I saw an article. He apparently, there's footage of it, apparently went to do a motorcade past his supporters. Now, you have the virus. You were admitted into the hospital at Walter Reed Medical Center,
Yes.
and you go and decide, oh, I need to do a motorcade past my supporters. For what reason? I don't know. You need to be focused on getting better. I'm not one of those people that wish death upon him. Whatever happens, happens. And that's without him having the coronavirus. Everybody keeps bringing up The Simpsons and how they have predicted quite a few things. And The Simpsons has him passing away. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But we talked about this before the show as well. That energy you put out, a lot of times you get back.
Definitely.
So I mean, I don't necessarily. I'm neutral. I'm indifferent about the entire situation.
CP3.
You see me looking at me.
This
right?
nigga got the evil laugh.
Right.
I want to fuck his daughters.
Well, hold on. Before you speak,
Nah,
do not get us shut
nah.
all the way down.
Chill.
I do not need the feds busting in.
I've
Say that.
been chilling out, especially on the political front.
Okay.
Especially with me and the new business that I'm in. I'm not trying to alienate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole situation, it's like a bad movie for real, man. It's like remember the movie Outbreak when Dustin Hoffman was telling everybody, this is deadly. We need to do something about this and to get ahead of it. Oh, it's just something that's small. It's just a small case.
Fauci. That's what
yeah.
it is.
So I mean, we said over and over on this show before you joined us. Me and 151 have had this conversation. These folks went to school an extra 8 to 10 years. That's with the climate change folks. That's with the COVID folks. These folks have went to school to become an expert. Just because you can scroll on Facebook or find something on Twitter that fits into your mindset and you feel like you're validated, doesn't mean it's true. And he's been able to say 36% of the false information about COVID has come from him. I mean,
that's a lot.
What's funny is his base. I've just been sitting back on social media because I've been trying to stay away. I'm trying to stay out of jail. I told you I'm trying to be rehabilitated. So I'm watching his followers that I still have on my page, and it went from wearing a mask is a whole such a period, and infringing on my rights. I shouldn't have to, and this and that. To you guys are wishing death on him. That's low for you guys, and I can't believe you would even say anything like that. Now, I understand the human psyche, and most folks can only see beyond their own damn nose, and only what affects them. But it's like it goes over there, like the plain stuff goes over their head, and it's to the fact now where I really don't care anymore because, like you said, it's going to be a race war, and the way this thing is lining up, because it goes both ways, it's on both sides. We're not studying our history anymore, and we're damn repeating it, which is to me hilarious. And we're not trying to do anything to make things better. We've talked about it several times. Like, what's the end game with the protest? What's the end game with the social media outrage? What are we going to do to try to make our lives better and try to get the point across that we are equal? That just because we're different colors doesn't mean we're different people. And it's like I think that's what's getting lost in everything that's going on. And with him contracting it, there's several conspiracies about that. That he's using it so he doesn't have to go to the debate again because he doesn't want Biden to get in his ass.
Sympathy.
Trying to get sympathy from his base because things are going the way they're going. But because he's offended, you have to let him do what he does because he's going to piss people off. And by getting upset at every little thing that he does, isn't doing nothing but pissing yourself off and ruining your day. And I used to, worry about what he said, but I've said it once and I said it 1,000 times. He is the epitome of the America that we know. He's a rich white man that's spoiled and gets his way, that when things don't go right, he files bankruptcy and rides off into the sunset. That is what it's when he first came out and said, "Make America Great Again." I posed the question: when has America been great for anybody besides a white man? It hasn't. So when he made that statement, I knew what it was. So I'm not shocked at any of the things that he's saying when he mocked the disabled reporter, when he started locking kids in cages, when he said the stuff about John McCain, said the stuff about soldiers being losers if they get caught. All that is not a shock to me because he's an egomaniac, rich asshole. And most rich folks don't understand the common man, don't know how to talk to the common man, and couldn't talk to the common man because they would get the shit knocked out of them because they would say some stuff, some pretentious stuff that they can get away with in their country clubs or in their, rich lifestyles because other folks want their money. So they suck it up and swallow their pride and let them say some demeaning stuff to them. But a real dude in the street, you can have $100, they're not gonna give it to me, so I'm not gonna sit there and kiss you or ask you to talk down to me for me, hopefully to get a tip or hopefully you look out for me. He's gonna punch you there in your mouth. So that's the only thing that really, has me scratching my head, that folks don't realize that by you getting upset doesn't change shit. It doesn't mean shit.
Right.
What are you gonna do to make your life better knowing this dude is in office doing the things that he's doing? Taking the programs away from the minorities and makes it harder for us to try to survive. By whining about it isn't going to help. Blaming the white man isn't going to help. It hasn't helped through the whole history of this country, so what makes things going to help right now? You got to get up and do something to be proactive. Go vote. Go try to find a better job. Go take some online classes so you're worth more so you can make more. But unfortunately, folks don't have that mentality nowadays. They just want to whine on social media and complain about stuff but don't want to do nothing about it. And I just feel like we're a country of mostly complacent people that just want to ride the status quo.
He said multi-complacent.
Yeah, he's using big words today, son.
I was in school last week, man. I told you I had to use my brain last week, dog.
Or was you smashing a smart chick last week? I mean, what is it?
I wish it was that simple.
Did you hear that? That came from the heart.
That did. That's my word, son. That's my word.
That came from New York.
I had to come from New York on that. That's my word, son.
Word, son, word. Word is bond. Word is you better go home and listen to Wu-Tang, ain't you?
You know it. I already got that thing on speed. There you go.
So, so what y'all may not know is Waka Flocka Flame, who is by far not one of my favorite rappers, but is one of my favorite businessmen. One thing Waka Flocka that made me look at him different was, he said, I was on tour one day and I realized I could start selling my own T-shirts at my shows and I made $250,000. Yep. That nigga just say $250,000?
Yes,
I said, oh shit. So Waka Flocka Flame, and the funny thing is, Gucci didn't believe in him at first. His mom didn't even believe in him at first. But he actually just got a doctorate. He actually has been in school.
He's an educated dude.
Yeah, he's very educated.
I'm not listening to his music, but he's educated.
As a person, though, I fuck with him.
Yeah, as an artist, that's different.
Music-wise, I'm like, he's done made a couple.
I'm not a big fan.
But his movement and what he does, I fuck with, because he knows the business. And his hustle is mean, but he actually, when you see him, he a thug here. Because I remember Waka Flocka Flame was knocking motherfuckers out.
So you talking about the same with the tall, skinny dude?
He ain't skinny. He ain't skinny.
He's tall, but
he's tall. He's tall.
Remember he used to do like this?
He was Gucci's hit.
When he got pulled over down by Eastern Shore and the cops took the picture when the cops got in trouble and shit. I remember that was
2 Chainz, nigga.
See,
that's why you said skinny.
I told you these new dudes.
Waka Flocka.
He's thick. He looked like he could play football.
Waka Flocka Flame is a video of him when he was with Gucci and Gucci was beefing with Jeezy and he caught one of Jeezy people on site when a nigga said on site.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
He like literally gave that nigga the business on site, and he punished the nigga on site. And the nigga he punished wasn't a soft nigga now. The nigga he punished was a real street nigga, and he really street nigga punched that. He really street nigga punished that nigga. But he did a song with Wale called No Hands.
Yep.
He did a song with Wale called No Hands.
With No Hands.
Yeah. But You heard it, nigga. You work in a strip club.
Probably so.
Yeah.
You heard it.
I don't, like I said, I don't know this new music. I hear it.
That nigga, that song like 6 years old now.
Maybe
Play it,
older.
Yeah.
I probably know it, but I don't. Like I got the Shazam app on my phone. When I'm in the club, I hear something I don't know. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, oh, that shit hot.
You are old.
Nigga.
I'm setting I'm an old school hip.
No,
Like
it's
this
not
stuff
old
does not.
school. What you just said.
It's just old.
Because this stuff does not resonate.
Nigga, I'm
You're
older.
a whole old man right now.
They've always called me a young old man. When I was in my 20s, they called me a young old man.
I didn't say young. I said you were old.
You still over there.
You older than me.
I know. I'm
Oh, man.
I'm glad to be this age. They said I wouldn't make it to this age.
There you go.
Yo.
I mean, 43.
You know you old when you start talking about. They said I want to make it to this.
Hey, they told me I was 25 the way I used to live.
Well, I'm
proud
25.
Oh shit.
Plus what?
Don't do me like that. I can be 25 if I want.
Oh bad.
Right,
But for real, Waka Flocka, just like you should be his biggest fan, nigga, cause nigga, your life is damn near mirrored.
He stands for the same things.
He stands for the same things you do, smoking weed and beating people up. Yeah, he played that too. But he's
married. I think he's married.
He's married.
I'm not saying that
he's married now, and
he's
he's also, like I said, he recently just got his PhD, and this is why I hate the media at times, because if he would have fucked another chick and got her pregnant,
it would have been everywhere. It would have been everywhere.
I throw my hands up.
When you pull it up, you see like I will give props to Diddy. His folks put it out there. But that's like it. When you pull it up, that's it.
I never celebrated anything we do besides.
But and the crazy thing is, like, he was a real street dude, and he has a PhD.
Yeah.
Like, he has a doctorate, and I'm not sure what it is. And like I said, I'm not his biggest fan, but I love his hustle. And for him to do that, I think is a reason to celebrate.
No doubt.
You know, and he did it his way, and he's, you know, I'm not against going to school. I am against going in debt.
It's philanthropy and humanitarianism.
Which he's been doing before he got a doctorate in that though.
Yeah.
He been giving back to his community and stuff like that before that.
Yeah, he just got it yesterday.
Yeah, I feel that's dope. So, you know, we and at the bar we want to salute people like that. Like when you do. Now get me wrong. When you do some fuckboy shit, we gonna clown the shit out of you. But when you do something, at the same token, when you do some amazing stuff, we gonna salute you. Give your roses right now. Like I think we should give him his roses. I think really, real talk, that's a great accomplishment because a lot of people didn't believe in him, and he kept hustling and he kept moving, and he did his thing. And trust me, when a person can make me their fan and I don't like their music, that says something.
And he's the one that he doesn't have any biological kids, but his wife's daughter.
Yes.
He treats
like his daughter.
A princess.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as we go from one great positive, we'll go to one great negative. So Jaguar White has been doing interviews. Jaguar White, right.
Oh, Jaguar White?
Yes.
I think I remember her.
Yeah, yeah, you should, nigga. It was in the 90s.
I thought when you said Jaguar White, I was like, white? I remember as a Jaguar White.
So she, you know, I think we talked about this last time. She did a thing where she's like, she came at Mary J. Blige and she said she wanted to do a versus with Mary J. Blige and she would wash her. That's not. And then she called Mary J. Blige a closet lesbian. She did some things after Malik B passed away from the Roots. Rest in power, Malik B. Saying that he had a drug addiction problem and the Roots was this. Oh, and then she also said that Common sexually assaulted her. That she went to sleep at his house and she woke up with his dick in her mouth.
She said lots of things.
So
sometimes those things might happen.
Well, I mean, she said more. Like you can't have all these stories. Like, come on now.
So then, she said that Tevin Campbell was a
sex worker.
Was a sex worker on Hollywood and Vine.
Yep.
And then she said that. Now this is the one that actually might be true.
Okay, which
So then she said she was talking about Diddy.
Yep. Yep.
So
Many people
and
said it.
and I'm gonna tell you the story, and then I'm gonna tell you my perspective with what I've heard. Okay.
Mhm.
So she said that Christopher Williams was shopping a demo. He was trying to get his career revamped, and basically he went to Diddy, and one of Diddy's assistants walked in on Christopher Williams, basically sucking Diddy's dick.
Yep. Yeah, she said that.
You might want to get a drink before I tell you this story.
You're gonna need this.
No. I'm dead serious. Before I tell you this story, nigga, because you're going to need a drink after I tell you this story. You might want to get a drink now.
Because it's more.
And when you up there, you can throw me a beer, too. Because the shit I'm about to tell you, because this ain't got nothing to do with Jaguar White. This is some shit I'm about to tell you from a family member.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm about to tell you some real shit that I heard several years ago, like 10, 15 years ago.
Because, I mean, be real with you, I've heard lots of things that support that, too.
Oh, so we pouring liquor then. We can pour liquor then.
I just want y'all to know, CP3 is already stressed out. He is pouring whiskey.
That nigga poured me. He poured me a good fucking shot.
You don't want no cranberry with it? Is that rough?
I got some soda. I got some ginger ale. I got Coke and ginger ale, nigga.
Juice.
You sure? Because I'm about to tell you some shit, nigga.
I'm going to just say.
Go ahead.
Let me.
Go ahead. Pop a squat. Have a seat. Okay, go ahead. What you about to say?
Why does it always have to result to some gay type shit?
Okay, that's why you.
I'm about to tell you some shit though.
Story.
So, my brother used to work for one of the most prominent hotels in DC. And celebrities stayed at these hotels. Per conversation with him, he once told me that Sean Combs used to rent rooms at this hotel in Georgetown. And off air, I'll tell you the name of the hotel. I ain't gonna tell you on air. But he used to rent rooms at this joint. They never seen him rent rooms and bring young ladies up to the rooms. They have seen him rent rooms and bring young men up there. Nothing wrong, they could have innocent conversations. However, I was told they were instructed to burn the sheets afterwards because what was left on it was very nasty. On some realness. And that was told to me 10 years ago. Keep in mind, one, my brothers are Muslims, I ain't got no reason to lie. Two, I know from the hotel he was working at, celebrities came there. Because 10 years prior to that, when he first got his job at the hotel, back when jerseys was in, some of the throwback jerseys I still have in my closet today was left by 50 cents. And they would just leave their jerseys and go to the next city and buy whole new clothes. And this is when 50 Cent's first album dropped. And G-Unit was like the biggest thing in the world. And I've heard stories from everything from T.D. Jakes come through this hotel, Aretha Franklin come through this hotel. I remember he came to me and had to order stuff for people because this hotel was so prominent. This hotel also changed because they had a CEO of a bank come in, and it was like, I don't want to go to the. This is way before. It's 10 years before Corona. Fucker said, I don't want to go down to the gym.
Yep.
They literally opened up the room next to him. Because of course he's in a fucking suite. And they made the motherfucker, they moved fucking gym equipment from the bottom of the gym upstairs to his suite to make it for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I say this because, like, that particular hotel dealt with high-end clients.
Mm-hmm.
So when he told me the story, I had no choice but to. I questioned, but I believe because of the way this hotel caters, I couldn't see a lie in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Wendy Williams got kicked off of New York radio back in the days, and she had to go to Philly was she was going to reveal who the gay rapper was.
Yep.
That was back in the early 90s.
Well, I
So-
thought it was more than one that she was gonna reveal.
Well, the main person was supposed to be Puffy.
Yeah.
And
But she ain't on one.
but the whole thing was he was so powerful, he was able to go to the record execs and go to the record and go to the radio execs.
Mm-hmm.
The record execs went to the radio execs and was like, no, and they booted her from basically she was banned from New York radio for a long fucking time.
I'm glad I didn't know that.
So let me say this.
Okay.
There've been numerous claims about this man, and I'm surprised you've never heard it. Like, numerous, like it is like a known secret. It's not a secret.
And my thing is, just like with athletes, I don't care what they do off of the court. I don't care what they do, any entertainer does off of the stage. If you're gay or whatever, I don't pay attention to that TMZ type stuff. I mean, to me, it doesn't make a difference. But, hearing shit like that, it's like,
Okay,
it's
so
like, what the fuck?
well, I hear what you're saying.
But Christopher Williams don't got a record label.
Right.
He didn't get a record deal out of that.
Jaguar Wright is her claim in reference to this whole situation is that's a common thing. You know what I mean? So your lifestyle that you are living, if that interferes with your business and the industry that you're in, then that would be a problem. Because what is being said is that Christopher Williams situation, whether that's true or not, that is actually a common claim that we've heard, is that when an artist comes to him for business related things, that is what he's requesting of them.
I mean, you gotta think about it like this.
So if that's true, that's a problem.
If we talk about black men in power, this is why it's hard for black men to get, and if though you got to drink Ciroc, y'all might want to change. When we do stuff like this, if it's detrimental when we talk about small things like, nigga, you gotta walk to eat the cheesecake.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you that because back when he did this, I was still an artist, CP3.
Mm-hmm.
And I weighed this situation. I'd have beat the shit out of him. There's no way, and it's not even about walking. It's how you treated me.
Yeah.
I would even not. I could walk to get the cheesecake, just for the sake of because I like to walk, nigga. Because especially at that period in my life,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't no problem. But when you talking to me as if I'm a slave,
Yep.
when you're talking to me to downgrade me,
Mm-hmm.
like, do you know why there's no real niggas in New York in that episode? Because a real nigga from New York would beat the fuck out of Puffy.
Mm-hmm.
On some real shit. You're not going to talk to Busta Rhymes like that.
Nope.
Busta Rhymes got more hits on rappers and he got more hits in the charts. And he has a lot of fucking hits in the charts. Mace got beat the fuck up. P. Pablo got beat the fuck up. So a lot of other niggas got beat the fuck up fucking with Busta Rhymes. So, as a man, if you don't stand for something, you gonna fall for anything.
Right.
So when we talk this shit, and like I said, I've heard it from a reliable source that he does shit like that. How can you respect that? I can't.
Because even if you take the homosexuality out of it, because those are claims, we've seen numerous times. We've heard the stories. We have footage, thanks to his lovely show, Making the Band. We've seen how he speaks to up and coming artists. We see how he tears them down. I mean, come on now. Let's be real. Puffy is not the person to go to if you're weak at heart. Never. And he will abuse his power. He has abused his power. So when you hear this, part of it is unbelievable, but the other part you're like, well, he kind of does, abuse his power. We know that much. So if he were gay, then would he use that to abuse his power?
But we can't call him gay. He's probably he's more bisexual than gay, probably.
Well, even still. But if he was just a straight man and a woman came out and said that, would you believe it? Would you believe a woman saying, oh, he made me perform oral sex on him in order to get my song out there? We've seen him literally belittle everybody on his show. This is in front of the cameras. What is he doing off camera?
It's not an act, though. That's the thing. He probably could tell you, oh, no, I'm going to talk to you like this, I'm going to give you $250,000. Mm-hmm. And you have to make that choice. Is $250,000 worth my self-respect? Mm-hmm. Because name me one hot nigga from the band.
We had Day 26, but where are they right now?
Garbage. Remember the band? Yeah. Nigga, my watch band lasted longer than them.
Did Jeezy come from one of them joints?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Wrong answer.
I guess I never watched some of reality joints. So
you got Danny Kane.
And one girl from Danny D. Kane had a little bit of fame.
Yeah, one girl. There's a black girl. She was really sexy as shit.
Yeah.
But she went nowhere. She went double copper, nigga.
No, because she was on another song of his.
Yeah.
But the thing is that on top of that, you got to take a step back. We have to look at the man himself. Back when he was with Biggie, what are the claims that we heard? And we talked about this on the show before. The things that we heard about Diddy back in the day in regards to, East Coast, West Coast, and his business dealings when, he had Biggie as an artist and things like that. Let's be real. He's not known to be a sweetheart.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it like this. As far as when it comes to the Jaguar White situation, she's clearly has mental issues.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with some trauma, and this business has done a lot to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this business has traumatized her, and she's a victim of the music business. So I'm not going to downgrade the sister or be like, yo, this bitch is stupid or she crazy or anything like that. But it's some craziness, but it's some truth because, like I said, she's saying something on a conversation I heard 10 years ago from my own brother.
And she's speaking on something that many people have already said.
Like, she said 6 crazy things, but that 7th thing, I was like,
I mean,
hold up.
The whole time she went after Alicia Keys, too.
Yeah.
She go after Alicia for?
Closet lesbian.
Mm-hmm. And Mary. She
said Mary was a closet lesbian.
Yep, she said Mary was too.
However, Jaguar White looks the way that she looks right now. She looks like a closet lesbian.
She knows personally.
I mean, she might know though. She might try. How many looks can get to the Tootsie Pop? Send them a Tootsie Pop.
That shit just fuck my whole.
This nigga rubbing his temple.
I mean, here's the thing. In any situation, you do have to look at the source. So we know that she's disturbed. But all crazy people
ain't liars.
They might not, they might say some crazy things, and somewhere in there could be the truth. Or she could have jumped on the bandwagon.
That nigga CP3 fucked up right now.
Because I'm taking a step back. I've been, I'm not homophobic, so don't get it twisted.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. I have gay male friends. I have a lot of females.
I have a lot of black friends.
I mean, you shouldn't be at it. You got a whole bunch of threesomes, right?
Yeah. So I mean, mostly all females. Those are real threesomes. Other shit is a G. If you got 2 dudes and a female, that's a G.
Okay.
So have you ever G'd a girl?
Once. wasn't my cup of tea.
Until you want to answer, you just acting them on.
I'm just saying. Y'all talking about open book. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
Yo, this is at the bar radio.
We know
If you bring up a topic, you know I'm gonna ask. Hey,
You
I
know
can't
what
say
I'm
that.
saying?
I've been acting him on all night.
Man,
What
but
you mean by that?
It's just I don't want to say the movement. Like anybody watching Lovecraft, whatever on HBO, the Love Kenneth joint.
Shout out to my cousin Lucius. He's in that show.
Yeah, I'm watching the joint, and so it's off the wall, science fiction mixed with some civil rights stuff. And I haven't watched the last 2 episodes because the episode before that, they just threw some gay shit in there.
That's on every show.
And that's my point. Like, why? I understand that we should, it's trying to help us get more comfortable with the gay community.
I really feel like Hollywood is exploiting the LGBTQ.
Well, what is it? I think Hollywood's exploiting it, and because if you can have the straightest show on earth, but if you show two men kissing or two women kissing or add a gay scene in there, it's going to increase your viewership. Because
controversial.
It's controversial. Like if you got the thuggish show on earth, right? Mm-hmm. And then you had that one gay episode, it's controversial, and now it's something to watch.
Mm-hmm. Like look at Empire. Empire, they had a character that was gay. But when it first came on, you know, it was about Lucius slapping people and being a thug and killing people and left and right, and then all of a sudden every episode was about the gay son.
Yeah.
So they say sex sells and
it does.
Homosexuality apparently sells, and I feel like Hollywood and not necessarily Hollywood, because you got
to think about it like this. It's more acceptable to wear a rainbow coat, a rainbow hat, than to have a Malcolm X hat.
Or Black Lives Matter hat.
Exactly.
Well, one thing I will say, I did see today, there was a hashtag that white supremacists was using. It was called Proud Boys or something like that, right?
That's the folks that Trump was.
But hold on. So what the LGBT community decided to do was take over that hashtag. It was the funniest thing ever. It's like the biggest troll imaginable. And they started doing hashtag Proud Boys and posting pictures of them with their lovers and things like that. Yeah. The rainbow flag and the whole nine. I mean, yeah. It was an excellent form of trolling, and I thought that was amazing. It was wonderful. I actually applaud them for taking over that racist group and their hashtag.
Yeah, it's just everything that's going on is just mind blowing with just it's like it's always something, and now with the Proud Boys stuff, I mean,
well, they shut it down. Real talk. That Proud Boys hashtag is done. It's dead. Not dead, but it's dead for who started it. And so now they have taken it and revamped it.
Just the fact that we even have to have these discussions.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we didn't have these discussions, we wouldn't have these great conversations.
I mean, true. Right. I mean, it's the fact that.
What you talking about, the racism?
Yeah, it's 2020, and we're still going through the same thing.
But the thing is, you can say we go through the same thing over and over again. One, I love KRS One. Mm-hmm. 2, he said the greatest thing ever. 3, you can never have justice on stolen land.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Too.
No, never.
I mean, that's the same hypocrisy.
So when we talk, so the reason why these discussions happen over and over again is because we're looking for something that we can't get.
Right. Because the way that this country is designed right now, it was to benefit one type of person. And one type of person only.
True indeed.
Because everything that, like, when you take these movements, you take the Black Lives Matter movement, for instance, of course, that's, trending right now on social media and the news and everything. You take that movement, it's literally the same thing, the same reason why this country was established the way that it was. They were rebelling against their government. They were rebelling against mistreatment. They were rebelling against the policies and things. So they came here
more for religious persecution is why they came.
No, they didn't want to get taxed on TV, and they didn't want this, they didn't want that. They felt like they weren't free. And with that said, they came to this country, quote unquote, the free world, took land from the natives, and then eventually, it wasn't right away, but eventually they went and got slaves and brought them to what they used to call the free world or the new world.
I mean, you got to think about it like this: the retelling of history when you don't know no better. So, as a kid, when I was a kid, and I had them little crappy ass plastic soldiers and stuff. So as a kid, you always thought the Indians were the bad guys.
Well, that's what you were taught.
And as an adult, you realize the Indians was the good guy.
Yeah. So,
but
me,
when you watch those,
it was different. So.
When you watch some low budget ass John Wayne movies, and
savages.
Yeah, they were savages. They was this, and all we're just trying to do is get the land. Then, as you get older and you read your history books, yeah, they're getting the land, but the land is stolen from the people who they're calling savages.
Yep.
So
and they were trying to bring organization. They took this mentality, like they were trying to come here and help the savages live a better life. Who's to say your life is better? I mean, I have a native background, so therefore, for me, it's a little different. My family let it be known off the break.
So I mean, like real talk, and there's a picture y'all can't see, but the picture's of my grandfather right here. His mother is actually Indian. So when I actually be like, I got Indian in my family, nigga, I really do got Indian in my family. like a lot of niggas, y'all say y'all got Indian in y'all family, and that's the type of weave y'all got in y'all hair.
Right.
Some of y'all niggas got
that weave it comes from India.
Well, they don't know the difference. They be like India, Indian, it's the same thing. So they just don't know their history. Just because you got whatever something jet black don't make you Indian. But I actually got Indian. My grandfather's mother was an actual Indian. Like my mom and them, they used to hate going to visit her ass because nigga, they had an outhouse.
Yeah.
That's gangster. They like, I don't like going to the country. I said, why? They was like, they had an outhouse and we was used to indoor plumbing. You get indoor plumbing, you got you get an outhouse, you got a snake and a and toilet paper. I ain't about that life.
Been there, done that, brother. Been down to the country, baby.
You actually use the outhouse?
I've actually picked tobacco before, man.
You answered the question.
Yes, I've used the outhouse down in North Carolina. My grandmother used to down there. My folks dropped us off down there
for
about 8 and 7 for the summer. I picked tobacco and used the outhouse.
Lady Antoinette, watch this next question. You ever had sex in the outhouse?
No, I was a kid, man. I was on like
we still gotta ask. Let's be real. You had a whole gambling problem in middle school.
Look, it was 12.
So watch this. So I got Renegade in the building, right?
Renegade.
Shout out to Renegade.
Did not unbiasedly did not CP3 play the perfect gunman number 2 in the video?
He said no comment.
That didn't even work out, man.
Just superior acting skills. That's all.
No, it was you were living your truth.
The nigga, raise your hand if you brought a real weapon to a video shoot.
Hey man, look.
You ain't raise your hand.
I'm just saying.
That's because he don't want to incriminate.
Raise your hand, nigga.
It was a legal weapon.
Was it legal in the state that you were in?
I believe so.
He said,
I believe so.
Lady Antoinette, I see no papers that day. I'm just gonna let you know. I see no papers.
I had my card in my wallet.
There you
go.
That's the first time I heard about that shit.
Wait, stop it. You're not supposed to do that. Don't say that again.
I really ride the Metro.
Okay, but you're not supposed to do that, okay?
Oh, for real? That's
Yes.
all.
Yeah,
It was unloaded.
It's a sign on the Metro that says you should not bring firearms on the Metro. You should not bring firearms, tobacco, or products that cause fire.
You can't, but you're not supposed to. If it's a sign that tells you can't eat your sandwich, you're not supposed to bring your gun.
But they be eating sandwiches
Yeah,
though.
okay, so because they
You one of them
eat
type
sandwiches, because they eat sandwiches, you gonna just bring a gun.
Yeah, it was unloaded. It was
So
safely.
you want some hold my beer type of thing.
Yeah, it was safely disposed in my book.
You are truly a nigga.
I mean,
in my book bag. In his bag with all of his weapons that I'm probably sure. How Never mind. I'll ask you off air. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
well.
know you're gonna answer, and I do not want you incriminating yourself.
All right, so
I was legal the whole day.
okay, let's get ready to wrap this up.
Yeah, cause I got questions.
Cause we gotta have a whole nother show over here.
Yes.
It ain't my fault. Just answering questions, baby.
CP3, what can I expect from you this week? Cause you got a very important interview this week, right?
Yeah, we do. We have I guess I can say ex-Redskin player that used to play under Vince Lombardi. Let me get the exact name. My co-host Robbie did a great job booking his guest. Let me make sure I get his name right. Robbie sent me some in Texas.
Don't do that.
Oh, they do, man. We talk a lot via inbox, trying to do things good with the show.
As you should.
I have to get back with the name. I'll be putting a post out this week. I've been slacking on my posting because, like I said, I was in class and school all week. That interview will be Thursday night, 10 o'clock. Tomorrow night, Sports and Hill Podcast, True Radio Network. I should be on, but there's a chance I won't be on. If that's the case, Robbie will be running the show, starting with MLB playoffs. Then we'll get into some NBA playoffs and talk a little bit. I think he's going to talk a little bit of Washington football. I broke it down in the post game today. And then I think that's pretty much it because hockey is over this time. But they won the Stanley Cup last week as I predicted they would. And you can find me at sportsothp.com, Carol Porter III with 3 eyes on YouTube and Facebook, Carol Porter on Instagram, and SportsOTHP on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever else, just hashtag us.
Your new name should be Don't Like White Liquor, but love white women.
Mm-hmm.
Folks that know me already know, so I don't even got to say it.
Lady Antoinette, please save us.
I mean, I try. It's difficult. It's difficult.
I ain't even do nothing.
Yeah, we know. That's the same thing we heard last time. But yeah, so this week, we're going to look forward to that.
No, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of stuff going on.
Make sure y'all hit CP3 up in Waldorf.
Oh, yeah, definitely Honda.
Waldorf Honda.
Got an appointment at 5 o'clock tomorrow. That's probably won't be able to do the show. I got a sales schedule for 5, so.
It's okay.
You know, gotta make that money.
Are you going to a strip club or do you really have a sale?
Man, strip club ain't even open.
Okay.
Wait, he said that real quick.
Because
he
I
did.
do security, that's why I'm not making money in my old night job, because I'm not doing that anymore, because I'm a car sales professional. You can tell I done had some drinks. They got me drinking liquor today, y'all.
It's always our fault.
It's everybody else's fault.
So you went from asses to bumpers.
I'm a smack both of them, baby.
Oh
Smack
my
both
goodness.
asses and bumpers getting smacked.
Can you imagine?
Oh my
commercial?
God.
Can you imagine like a car commercial?
I'm working on a commercial now, actually.
Oh my.
I'm working on a PowerPoint presentation for my shit.
Beach by CP3, asses and bumpers. Asses and bumpers. Asses and bumpers. Number one on the charts, baby.
Hondas and humpers, baby.
Oh
Hondas
my
and
goodness.
humpers.
It's going to be so ratchet. He's going to be busting caps. That's what he's going to say, y'all, because y'all know he old.
Yeah.
He be busting caps in the air.
No, he's going to say that because that's what he really does.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get
He's
it
going to have
funky,
his
baby.
gat in his,
I'm gonna get it funky.
in his belt.
Now, they actually said that if you do have a concealed permit, you shouldn't bring your weapon to work.
Oh,
I'm
really?
glad they told you.
I'm glad they told you.
Somebody else asked a question. It wasn't me.
Nigga, did
I was
you?
thinking it, though.
Did they really have to tell you that?
Yeah,
I'm
because
glad
it was
they
like,
told
Nigga,
you.
you're not in security.
it was in the same context of they try to rob you, you know, just give it up. And one of the other dudes who's actually was a correctional officer before he became
Yeah.
He was like, so what if you got a concealed weapon permit and you want to carry a weapon with you just in case? He was like, no,
Nigga, what you gonna do?
Most
Nigga, you gonna buy
have a
this car?
policy.
You gonna buy? You gonna?
Right. Most companies have a policy where you cannot bring your weapon to work.
Yeah, that's like unless it's a security company, that's probably like 98% of the companies out there.
Most companies, like.
There isn't a dumb question.
Lady Antoinette, I can picture this nigga like in Boys in the Hood. When Ice Cube, listen, is the problem here? You gonna buy this car, right?
I mean, I literally worked for a law enforcement agency as a civilian, and they told all the civilians, do not bring your weapon to work.
It's called the CP3 rule.
They have to say it because it's always somebody who lets you know that this is a rule that you need to have.
Sometimes you gotta bring a weapon to work. I had a situation where I had to bring my weapon to work.
What job were you at?
I was at Frito-Lay.
Oh my!
So,
Why did you say that?
bye.
I'm gonna pop up.
Anyway,
I had to file a police report. It wasn't. I had somebody that made a threat on my life, and they worked at the job.
And you brought it with you?
I didn't park in the parking lot. I was off the parking lot. I knew the law. I wasn't on their property. I was in the.
Anyway, Lady Antoinette, what else you doing this week?
So I've launched. Well, I'm relaunching some of my social media stuff. So all of my information will be up there soon. So just in your search bar, type up Lady Antoinette. You'll find everything I'm doing.
Bet. At the bar, I honestly, this is the funnest show. I love doing the Sunday shows. Eventually, I'll get back to doing a Wednesday show. I'm still working on this commercial for Eric Kuza. I'm probably going to go back out to one of our sponsors. Shout out to Chef Rocker, Queen's mother. I'm sorry, fried chicken. I'm going to go back out and take some more pictures. I want to get him like cooking and stuff like that. The main question is everybody probably wants to know is when we gonna drop that new Renegade video, but when he wants to, nigga. Juan actually hit up the feed today and was like, he wanted me to play the joint with you and Chris Bro, and I was just like, no, we go forward, not backwards. No, and I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I said, but I could play Understand, which had over like 55,000 views and stuff like that. But we wanna keep going forward, not go backwards. I say we'll do a throwback joint one of these days. But when the people ask me about can you play my video, like when I play videos, it's because I prep for the show. Like nigga, if you hit me with a video link in the middle of the fucking show, am I gonna play your video? No. I'm like Nancy Reagan when in the 80s when it came to drugs. No, nigga, it's not gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, unless her husband was sniffing.
Right.
Yeah.
She said no in the camera.
Yeah, she said no on the camera. Well, behind the scenes was something totally different. But I mean, I just don't because I like being prepped. Like I'm going to play some videos on after I do this whole spiel and stuff like that. But that's because it's already been prepped in the system. Like I just won't play random videos and stuff like that.
We have a format.
Yes. It's a word that starts with an F and it's not fuck. It's a format.
Here we go.
Nigga, drink water before you go.
We made it almost to the end of the show without you dropping that word. Like
it was just so random.
I was so proud of you.
I was talking to the Jim Beam about it. I'm saying, just say it, man. Just say it. It's Jim Beam's fault, man. I told y'all.
This nigga blame everybody but himself.
Right. He blamed the whole bottle. The bottle.
Man, he just sitting there, man.
Yo, he's
how long Jim Beam been dead?
He been sitting there just looking at me like, go ahead, say it.
Yo, CP3 is the type of dude. CP3 is the type of dude. You will walk in on him. He is fucking your girl, and he will look you in your face. Like, nigga, why you come home, sir?
She made me do it.
Nigga, why ain't you knock? She made me do it.
You ain't knocking off this morning. She called me because you ain't take care of her this morning. That ain't my fault, my nigga. Shit.
Nigga, you was
trying to help out.
Nigga, you are really the 2K version of Silk the Shocker. You are a terrible human being.
You know how many situations I've been out. I had to talk my way out of, my brother.
And then he got a touch of Shaggy too.
Oh my God, yeah. It wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn sure wasn't.
But and as when people send us music also too, I'll say this. Send me your bangers. Send me the shit that's gonna make me want to be like, yo, damn. Cause I'm not just one, there's two other people here that's gonna judge your music. But send me your best. Not your pretty good work. Not your alright work. Your best. Because if you send me your best, I'm going to treat it as the best. If you send me your lukewarm shit, I'm going to treat it as your lukewarm shit. If you send me your B-side shit, I'm going to say, yo, that's your B-side shit. And I'm going to say it live on air like, yo, that's just your B-side shit. That's why the other nigga got offended because he had soft-ass fucking feelings. And he sent me some B-side shit. He didn't even send me his second best. He sent me like his third or fourth. And then he got mad when we told him that shit was like his third or fourth. And then he needed to change his tampon. Because, you know, some males do have tampons. They got man pawns.
Here we go.
So, and I'm not talking about, you know, Go Villain who sent me his stuff. We played his stuff today, and it was actually pretty good, but I feel personally he didn't send me his best. He sent me a good song that was acceptable, but he ain't send me the banger. He ain't send me, like, when we play Money, and I play Money for people like, yo, that shit is fire. And that's what I want. Send me that shit when I play it. Niggas be like, yo, I need to Google your shit. If niggas ain't asking me who that artist is and they want to Google your shit, that means you sent me lukewarm shit on some real.
That's some violent shit. That's some violent shit.
You know. And honestly, I mean, that's about it. We'll be back next week, but we're working on some stuff. We're gonna and I was talking to Lady Antoinette this week. We're gonna teach y'all. We're gonna get somebody in here to show y'all the right way to get a legal registered firearm.
Mm-hmm.
So
and how you can obtain classes. For
yes. So that's not next week, but that's the week after, right?
Yeah,
the 18th. So but I always love the conversation me, CP3, and Lady Antoinette have, you know, about these things. And we also want to salute CP3, and I'm going to say it again because, you know, he went through a real situation. He ain't bitch, he ain't moan, he complained, but he got on his ass and he's doing something to better himself.
Yep.
A lot of y'all niggas are still on your mom's couch and it's been 6 months since the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm. They was on their couch before, though.
Yeah, exactly. And there are times when tough times don't change, but tough people get moving.
Yep.
So if you're a tough person, you going to do what you gotta do to get moving. You know.
And the jobs are out there.
It is. And the thing about it is, salute to like Renegade. When his main joint, he was delivering. He was doing deliveries. He was doing other shit to make money. He wasn't bitching. He wasn't complaining. He wasn't calling me, yo, King, can you pay my fucking rent? No, he was like, yo, boom, 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 and hustling and grinding and moving.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do what you gotta do to move.
And honestly, I'm a career counselor, so for those who do need help, just search me on Facebook, Lady Antoinette. Hit me up.
I'm not a career counselor, so don't hit me up because the only thing I will give you is insults and liquor advice.
Oh,
like, yo, I will insult you and be like, yo, you need to drink away the pain. You should try this right here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, different advice, different strokes for different folks. And it's actually Walter Roberts is the interview we had Thursday night at 10 o'clock. He was on the Washington football team when Vince Lombardi was coaching. So he's going to, you know, get some Q&A, just talk about things, how things have changed from back then to now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the stuff that he had to go through as a black man on a predominantly all-white team, predominantly all-white league. So stay tuned. Either myself or Robbie will be having an interview Thursday, 10 o'clock, Sports OTHP. We'll be streaming live on the website and on Facebook, YouTube, and hopefully Periscope if I'm able to do the show.
Yo, CP3.
Yes, sir.
We I understand. How can you don't like white liquor, but you like white
ain't
women?
That I don't like it. It's just that I know what it does to me.
I got a $45 bottle of tequila, man, from Mexico, and we can't even fucking celebrate your new. Yo, real talk. That first car sale, nigga, we gotta take at least one shot, nigga.
One.
We ain't gotta drink the whole bottle, but we at least all three gotta take a shot.
One.
Can we agree on that?
On the air. Wait, can we?
What you say, Renegade? You agree? He should at least take one fucking shot.
Why wouldn't
he? Exactly.
Why wouldn't he? Exactly.
Y'all tequila drinkers, boy. I tell you.
Well,
boy,
wait. It's not even about that. You know.
Tequila is the devil, man. Tequila is.
And you ain't.
Uh-oh.
You carried, nigga. You carried a registered weapon on Metro. You are the devil.
Dude that had to go from point A to point B. I'm just saying. I was trying to get
put it in my backpack.
Somebody was in there.
The clip was empty. And it was separated from the gun. I had it in each different
You,
compartment of the
you
bag.
did say
Yeah.
that you took the one out the chamber.
Yeah, I did. Took the one out the chamber and everything. So I
We
was,
need you to listen closely when
Yeah,
we
when you
have
fly,
that
let me
gun
tell you
safety
something.
gentleman here.
Lady Antoinette,
Oh.
ask him how far were the real bullets though.
It was in the bag. It was in the bag. The gun was in the
So wait,
compartment.
then why did you just boast that the clip was empty?
It wasn't any bullets.
But you made it seem like the clip was empty. Like I brought it empty. Like you
Like
didn't
he
have the
didn't,
bullets.
like Landon, he didn't leave the bullets at home.
Right.
Go ahead, Renegade.
Well, I was just about to say, like, I don't even care if the clip was at home. You pull out the gun, it's a gun. Like, I'm gone.
Nigga, we could have robbed some niggas and been like, we already had the
He
mask.
had his whole bag. Remember that?
I'm just saying.
His whole bag. We don't know what else was in that bag.
Exactly.
Somebody say prepare for a role
This
that
is
you're
a
going to
Jesus
rob
Christ
somebody.
motivation one-on-one.
You get in the role that you're going to rob. This is
We
my
need,
first
you need to just go ahead and teach a
Renegade,
class how to
Ren-
be a thug.
Yes, Renegade.
Thug 101.
So we went to, cause you couldn't come last week, so I was like, yo, CB3, you gotta pick me up to go to Air Cruiser, right?
Mm.
Ask this nigga what he was playing when he picked me up.
I was playing some old hell rail.
Nigga, it was Sunday morning. Nigga picked me up. Murder, death, kill. For real.
Hey, man, I had to get my motivation, though.
Nigga.
Motivation to do what?
To get moving. To get
What kind of movement?
Dog, I heard the nigga when he turned around when he turned the corner to the Costco's, I heard murder, death, kill. Nigga, I just opened the door. Yeah, I know one nigga
that would do this.
on a Sunday morning.
It was a beautiful day. Just wanted to listen to something, get my nigga blood flowing, you know.
It's a beautiful day to listen to Hell. It's a beautiful day to listen to a nigga named Hell
On a
Rail.
beautiful Sunday morning.
Some old school hip hop, you know.
Nigga, how many girls you done slept with that have tramp stamps?
All of them.
No, not all of them. I say about 75%.
Nigga, I say
I
about.
thought he was about to say 75. I was going to say,
well, how many did you say?
That about them?
75%.
I say about 80 and 90.
I mean,
I would say that too.
Nigga, you brought a stripper to a family picnic.
Right. I was there. I saw it.
I mean,
Your repertoire some shit, nigga.
about females too.
What does that mean? But no,
They can't
we
go
were,
out.
but it wasn't a family. It was a company, family friendly
But how did
function.
I feel about that company? What did that company do
It
to
doesn't
me?
matter. You should have
It
seen my
does
face
matter.
when you
The
came
company
in with
didn't-
that girl.
so what
I
did
was
the
like,
co-
what?
So the company did something to make you bring a stripper.
I just had to make. I like to make people uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm about to just play some
We were
videos right
laughing.
this point now.
We were laughing at you.
That's cool.
Okay.
I was backstroking when I got home.
Oh my.
Yeah,
She feels special.
yeah, we're gonna play Young Jeb and Babysitter, a simple joint. Popeye, CP3's going to hell. Clearly,
I'm trying not to.
if you die and you see CP3, just know you're in hell.
Right.
Let her know it
Be
wasn't
worried.
me. Let her know it wasn't me.
What?
I'm done with this nigga.
Nah, man. I'm so tired of making.
I am so.
Nah, man. I'm so tired of making this chicken for Mr. Johnson. I don't know if I can do it anymore, bro.
Me either. What do you think this is? Popeyes or something? Matter of fact,
Yo,
I'm trying to smoke.
You got weed?
DJs,
Gotta go. Let's go.
It is what it is. Popeye.
Yo, what is that?
Popeye.
It smells good.
Y'all give me one more dry
This is Zop.
with no jelly.
Well, I need me some of that. Mr. Johnson has been really getting on my nerves, man.
Exactly. I hope you don't walk outside.
The opposite of wax.
Speaking of Mr. Johnson, what happened to you and his daughter?
I hope you don't find out about that one either.
Dry ass biscuits.
What happened?
Nigga, you could pick cocaine.
Where are those guys at? What are you guys doing? We got 40 pounds of chicken to cook. You're back here goofing off?
You done gave that to a girl.
See, what happened was, boss, Mr. Johnson, we was just trying to take a smoke break.
Only thing happening here is y'all are fired.
I just got this job, boss.
Okay.
Come on, bro. We don't need this. You know what, Mr. Johnson? You can have this job.
Every week,
Popeyes tastes better anyway.
peace out. Yo, we stuck.
Hey, my boys, bro. Come on, man. Man, we just got fired, bro. I'm ready to go turn up. Let's go. Come on, Selma. Let's go! Let's go!
Video by the directors.
But I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa. I don't wanna tangle with you, but I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa. I just wanna have a little fun and get loose. My mind is gone, my mama says I got a little screw. I get a bag right now. You in last place, little homie, pipe down. Put a new face in the watch, big bang roll keep me cold. Look like Dippin' Dots. We ain't never switching, we be dipping ops. Keep a rag around because I drip, you'll slip a lot. Buy girls like Popeye's biscuits, I ain't even kidding. She thinks she's soft, oh my, I need some water with it. Catch a flight to visit, chop it up in the kitchen. Comment on Cupid, on Donner, on Bliss. I don't wanna tangle with you, but I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa. I don't wanna tangle with you, but I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa.
I've been making pay like through the Wi-Fi, yeah. That's up in my pocket, see them dead guys. I put this neck up by my pants, I leave a stretch now. 20 in my pocket, 10 to spend, now we can flex now. Might be Papa X now, what is that a stress spot? I don't care about X, cause they X, leave on X dot. Tell them hoes to sit down, tell them chickens sit down. Glad I'm out the mix, now it's time to pop my shit now. I don't want that chicken or her biscuit. I can't mess with her because that's rich. She might be out to get me. Paparazzi taking pictures. I'm a different type of nigga, foreign different figure. I'm a different type of nigga.
I don't wanna tangle with you, but I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa. I don't wanna tangle with you, but I do the cha-cha. Girl, I'm kinda hot, I got the sauce just like sriracha. Hot style, baby, I be dripping like a faucet. Niggas finger licking you a chicken like it's Papa.
What the hell? What are you doing in my house with my daughter? Honey, I just fired those guys. Yeah. You got grease all over your lips. What's wrong with you?
You got homie on this shit?
Yeah, came in this bitch, they don't know how I popped out. I got a picture, don't never get cropped out. Yeah, I put in word, they wanna know why I dropped out. Yeah, I been with the shits whenever I ever copped out. Niggas know that it's over, man, take you a seat. Got goons out, murder, got goons DC. And I bar, nigga, I'ma be king of these streets. I got rosters roaming down Kennedy Street. I got balls, they think I'm a terrorist. You ain't on your job, that shit is embarrassing. We hop out with choppers out of the curve. They stick by my side, they think I'm a Murray man. God on my side, got me out of Uri Jane. Young and turned. You know I ain't give a damn. Tightened up and got lit off of Instagram. She ain't gon' fuck with him and she ain't feeling him. He in his bag. I'm on my Tony. Some niggas ain't fuck with me when I was hungry. Yeah, I put the pressure on, I got it on me. Yeah, I had to get this shit right by my lonely. Yeah. 1 for 1, so you know we ain't miss. I be looking on your stories, so I know you sneak this. Better get up and run, cause you know you blue tip. Now that boy on the run, cause they see that we limpin'. Now I can't see my son, cause these bitches be trippin'. I'ma keep on fighting, I can't be giving it. These the conditions we can't be living in. Slide on they block, you can see they ass shivering. Oh, you was talking? Thought I heard gibberish. All of my old friends really gon' remember this. A renegade running the city, I'm Eminem. But nigga one testing on Lonnie, I'm ending them. My eyes only on the prize, I don't see y'all. Got a shower surprise, they ain't wanna see me on. I see me on top when I cut the TV on. We in the field, we gon' run it like Dion. I be taking my chances, tomorrow I ain't promised. Only think about bucks, you can call me Giannis. You snaked me, only cause you knew I was honest. This one for the gang, yeah, I'm making a promise. Yeah, came in this bitch, they don't know how I popped out. I got a picture, don't never get cropped out. Yeah, I put in word, they wanna know why I dropped out. Yeah, I been with the shits whenever I ever copped out. Niggas know that it's over, man, take you a seat. Got goons out, murder, got goons DC. In that bar, nigga, I'ma be king of these streets. I got rosters roaming down Kennedy Street. I got balls, they think I'm a terrorist. You ain't on your job, that shit is embarrassing. We hop out with choppers out of the curve. They stick by my side, they think I'm a Murray man. God on my side, got me out of Uri Jane. Young and turned, you know I ain't give a damn. Tightened up and got let off of Instagram. Like that's Pat, yeah nigga, I'm really him.
Phone engineer in this motherfucker whip. Trap.
Drop that bitch off. Trap jumping like crisscross. Shit, I bought that big dog. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist leg. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick. Drop that bitch off. Trap jumping like crisscross. Shit, I bought that big dog. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist leg. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick.
Oh shit, he wanna
drop that shit off his gun.
He want us to work.
This is motherfucking now. Motherfucking now, man. What's up, Mr. Bernstein?
Hey, where y'all at, man?
What you mean, where we at?
Miss Johnson ain't hit me. She talking about, man, y'all need to be Miss Johnson, a goddamn lie.
Johnson lying like shit. We loading this shit up now, man. What you talking about?
Fuck that shit.
Man, whatever, man. Where
Crow at? You got Crow with you right now?
He right here. Yeah, he right here. What about?
Man, look. We tired.
Look, man. We smoking, all right? We on our way. We smoking, bye.
Look at that wrist work. Sipping 2 cups, scissor. Need to work, give me the wizard. I'm cold like Keisha, big dog, no leash. Every nigga with me. Shorty suck me up, no teeth. Just drop that bitch off. I'm lit, no cut off. No look, I got him shook in this bitch. I gotta live for a clip. I'm not gon' play. Sideline money, you can keep that fool. I'm in the game. I got Crow with me. He got the Mac. I ain't talking pimp names. Red beam on the dog, call it Clifford. I be fucking up the game. Send me sound like a bass drum. When I count money, I gotta face one. Niggas talking about they gon' take some. Keep a couple shooters that's gon' erase some. Drop that bitch off. Trap jumping like crisscross. Shit, I bought that big dog. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist leg. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick. Drop that bitch off. Trap jumping like crisscross. Shit, I bought that big dog. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist leg. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick. Phone jumping, I've been trapping, bitch been blowing up my shit. Bought the effing in the building, send me auto with a stick. Gas station, bitch, I'm flexing, limit long cause I'm the shit. 20 bottles in this bitch, definition I be lit. Ass off, make a handprint. Dance with me, do a handstand. Hit the block in the new whip. Spin the bin, watch the hand dance. Metal heavy like a rock band. Hit this bitch to the Pearl Jam. Flip the wrist till it turns sand. Only cash in a duffel bag. Okay. Money make her think a Mitch, bitch, I'm ballin' out. All my niggas paid in full, I think we ballin' out.
How you doing? You go?
Yeah, 22 hours late is what time it is. But where the rest of my shit at, it should be about 3, 4, 7 boxes.
Damn.
Drop that bitch out. Trap jumping like Chris Cross. Shit, I put that bitch out. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist lit. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick. Drop that bitch out. Trap jumping like Chris Cross. Shit, I put that bitch out. That bitch got legs on. Shit, my wrist twist lit. Hey, watch my wrist twist big. Got hydraulics when it flip. Gotta work your wrist until it stick.
Damn. I ain't doing this shit. I'm dropping shit on them. Fuck that shit. Fuck that delivery. I'm done. Fuck him. I need to get some weed. That's what I need to do. I need to drink. I need to go get some weed. Go get some drink. I don't drink. You can get.
Fighting's not that easy.
Grab Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack whenever you're dressing up to stay in or witnessing a miracle. Go big with delicious nachos topped with all your favorites. Nachos Party Pack, only at Taco Bell. Get yours with Taco Bell delivery.
That's different.
When migraine strikes, dissolve it with Nurtec. The only quick dissolve treatment for migraine attacks that can get many people back to normal activities and last up to 48 hours with just one dose. Wonderful. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec.
Yeah, I'm not naming no names, but somebody will be very happy when she comes.
Finesse. Shout out my nigga C-Pat. Big fan. Two spot. You already know. You know.
I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splendors. I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splendors. I know I'm different. 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 We ballin' hard. And you catch a splendors.
I know I'm different. Just check out my pimp. Whip game too vicious. Watch how I ballin' you bitches. Pockets never on mugs. Big dog, yeah, husky. Settle down, you niggas lucky. I ain't been dropping crack. All you haters back. If I turn this into a murder scene. Late nights I had the dreams. Waking up in a cold sweat. Having dreams that I'm getting left. I move right, you know the rest. Call food for the touchdown. I play with choppers, that's 100 rounds. Where I'm from, we lace it down. The real lemmy, you can hear it in me. Smoke so much like a damn chimney. Eyes low like Mr. Chain. Yo, C-Pat, watch me do my thing. Lot of gold chains like Mr. T. Keep it low key when I'm in the streets. I know I'm different when you look at me.
I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splendors. I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splendors. I know I'm different. 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 We ballin' hard. And you catch the splendors. It ain't working out, need to quit it, man. When I'm sober, I'm high as a ceiling fan. Like Diddy, I know how to make a band. Cause niggas reach out but won't lend a hand. Just know that we different. My man on a mission. I just said it once, then I pass the torch, feel like the Olympics. I want you to different. Got on my equipment. Ain't looking for trouble, I heard of the puddle, you won't catch me slipping. I'm way too humble, I ain't trying to floss. I been in the creases like in the floss. Double dip, cause niggas still in sauce. He ain't even mad, he got mental pause. No burning ridge, I'm trying to get across. We way too lifted, ain't trying to fall. No shooting once, you gotta kill us all. You sleep, we wake them like rooster calls. Niggas fake, ain't spitting no facts. Niggas broke, ain't getting no rap. When I was broke, I was getting off packs. Feed the squad, put the team on my back. I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splendors. I know I'm different. She know I'm different. I'm ballin' hard. You catch a splinters. I know I'm different. 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 We ballin' hard. And you catch the splinters.